Grabar, no puedo grabar.
Güey, no mames, no. Güey, duró chingo. Güey.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the first episode of Extreme Truth for the new year. I'm your host, Jimmy Bone. I'm here with my man, James, the Icon Grant.
Finally, it is 2021. We put the death to 2020, and right now, this is the first Monday, and you're gonna feel extreme. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Get it. We got my man's right here, Legend Damian Simmons.
Piggyback off of you, Icon. It's the official one from the bricks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We made it because we're survivors. We're the strong, and we're here tonight live on Extreme Truth Podcast. We got a great show for y'all. Thanks for joining, and let's kick it off.
Most deaf. And we got back. Finally back, happy and healthy. Always bringing the energy. DJ Just D.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Welcome back, bro. Good to have you back.
Thank you. It's gracious to be here. I'll tell you about that much.
Yeah, man. All right, let's jump into it because we got a heavy topic tonight. Tonight's topic is about relationships, about staying in them a little bit too long. We're gonna go into what made you stay, what made you stay too long, what made you leave. But before we get into that, as always, we're gonna hit this week's current events. And this week's been kind of a doozy already. Unfortunately, I have to start it off with some sad news. Over the past week, we've actually lost a few celebrities that we've known that have been around for years. We're going to start with, for me, the baddest chick on Gilligan's Island, Marianne. From Gilligan's Island.
Damn, that made me remember how bad she was. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Put on the island.
God damn.
Put on that island.
Man, shit,
Yeah,
she could have been on the island with us.
Oh no, I wouldn't even worry about getting arrested. I'm good. Keep it going. We good over here.
Shit.
Everybody talking about that movie star. I'm like, But nah, yo, definitely rest in peace to Marianne. I know that sounds terrible the way we described it, but you know, she was a big part of that show. Big Gilligan's Island. Anybody that spent time with their grandmother staying home sick from school, or their grandparents spent some time watching Gilligan's Island.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that
So,
or the Waltons.
Yeah, man. So she was 82 years old. So definitely rest in peace,
No, right.
Marianne Gonzalez. Next, we lost. If you were a dance fan, if you watched any of the dance movies back in the 80s, Adolfo Quinones, aka Shabba-Doo, aka Ozone from Breaking and Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. He passed away last week, unfortunately.
Wow.
You know, I think he was 65 years old, unfortunate. You know, was big in the dance world, actually helped to teach Michael Jackson a lot of his dance moves. So definitely rest in peace, Brother Quinones.
Definitely. I was just laughing at like some of the movies that he's been in while I was up sending out the promotionals. And I'm just like, you know, like if you would see a dance movie without him in it, it kind of felt funny. Like, like you keep watching for him until the end because he was just one of those performers that brought that type of energy, you know, to the camera. And God rest in peace. Thank you.
I mean, to be African American and Puerto Rican descent, and just the style that he brought I'm a dancer, so the style that he brought back in the 80s was extremely entertaining for me, and inspiring me to want to do something similar. So yeah, another great dancer that probably haven't got as much recognition throughout the years, but back then he was getting his just due.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely. Rest in peace to him. Definitely. Um, Rapper producer MF Doom, we actually found out passed away on Halloween, but his family just revealed last week that he passed away. He did a lot of work with Busta Rhymes, as well as a lot of other hip hop artists. Uh, Notoriously elusive. A lot of people don't even know what he really looks like under that mask, but he was 49 years old. So definitely
Bless him.
rest in peace, MF Doom.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, 49.
He passed away when?
Halloween, but his family just released it last week that he passed away. Nobody knew.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is. He's
Uh,
pop culture
Yeah.
icon, man. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like 2 months to say that.
I mean, he was famous with
Yes,
his
man. He
mask
never said
before
a
Rey
word.
Mysterio.
exactly.
Um, yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Mm.
God rest
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And last but not least, Joe Clark, the famed
Wow.
principal of Eastside High, as well as former warden for the youth house in Newark, New Jersey. But definitely rest in peace to Mr. Clark. Yeah.
Well, only thing I could say about him is that he had to do
I can't believe.
something incredible as a school principal
Right.
for them to make a motion picture
Exactly.
that everybody grew up loving,
Right.
so
Mm-hmm.
and that was based on a true story. So um it's beautiful in a sense when people impact so much young people lives to the point that you got to make a movie about it. So hats
Right.
off to Joe Clark and to all
Yeah.
the good work he has done, especially for the kids throughout his 40-year career, more, maybe more.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
here's actually
that's.
some breaking.
I was sitting there just like
Yeah.
laughing because I'm just remembering when I first saw that movie, Lean on Me,
Mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually based on a real life like situation. Like they can't really do that in schools and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But like I said, he set a trend there. You had to do what you had to do, and thank God. Thank God for all of his
Yeah.
contributions, and he encouraged a lot of other teachers and people of that nature to go ahead and take it to the second nature and just give a lot of look to the neighborhood there, because they needed that type of attention there. So, God rest him.
Definitely. And breaking news: Lou Gossett Jr., according to TMZ, has been hospitalized with COVID.
Oh man.
Yeah. So let's hope he pulls through. Yeah, I
We'll be praying for
really
him.
hope he pulls through. It was also reported that Larry King was taken to the hospital with COVID as well. But Larry King, I think, will make it. Larry King even had cancer, heart attacks, blood clots, the plague. He done had everything, leprosy, and he done beat all of those. So, from what I
That's
heard, he's
that
actually
old
moving to ICU.
that's that
So,
old school living right there.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I hope
man.
so. I mean, I hope so. I be thinking the guy
Yeah.
that his body went through that much is only so much that his old ass can take. He's touching
That's what I'm afraid of.
he's touching Moses years. We gotta, I mean, God bless him. Like I've been a fan of his body of work for many of years. He's one of the
Yeah.
greatest interviewers of all time, in my opinion. And
Mhm.
damn, but Lou Gossett Jr., that I don't know. Like when it comes to him, I'm a fan of his ever since I could remember. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him in my prayers with my uncle that's also on a ventilator from COVID-19. So yeah, it's just fucked up, man. Just fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, and to stick with COVID. I don't know if you guys heard, there's a strain of COVID that was coming out of the UK that's more contagious than the one that we have here, that they had initially found at a nursing home in Colorado with 2 employees.
Yep.
As of today, they found it in those 2 nursing homes in California and Florida, and it was just announced that he's found the first case in New York City.
Right. I saw that right before we went on air earlier.
So,
and I'm like,
man.
Here we go. Like, can we get a rest? Can we get a break? We didn't even get off for the holidays going through this stuff. This is ridiculous.
It's to the point that I don't like to believe in conspiracy theories, but it's like, come the fuck on. It makes you wonder what the fuck's going on.
Right.
It's people that are actually dying. Then you got a whole bunch of crazy people getting together hundreds at a time, partying like they don't give a fuck. And now it's all of a sudden this a new strand,
Yep.
And they said that it's just as deadly as the first one. The only difference is that you just catch them more quicker, I guess. That's what I heard. Did y'all hear anything different?
Yeah, it's way more contagious. It's more contagious.
Yes. Shit. The first one is airborne, so how much more contagious can this shit get? Like, that don't even make no fucking sense. You got something that's airborne. Oh, so this was more contagious.
Define more contagious.
Yeah, define more contagious. Like, well, is the mutant shit going to take off the mask and get in my mouth or some shit? What's like?
That's the whole point.
Can I catch through my eyeballs? Is it gonna get in my ears and shit?
Well, you can cut the eyeballs. Yeah, you catch the first one through your eyeballs. So
what the fuck? It's like, it's like this.
Well, that's why I'm just sitting here like this. Like, okay, what can we do? You know what I'm saying?
So now we got to walk around with goggles and shit. Before
y'all forgot to see Jumanji at midnight on New Year's Eve.
You're gonna have to have a full hazmat suit by the end of the fucking week. Watch.
Yeah.
It look like something out of the damn X-Men or something. Trust me. Watch, it's going to get to that.
We're gonna get with people getting this damn vaccine, they're going to look like something out the X-Men in about 6 to 9 months. Let's just keep watching them.
Right.
Yeah. People going to start growing up special powers. They're going to start growing special powers and everything like that. People going to start growing horns.
I don't think they're going to start growing extra powers. That would be too good. I think they're going to probably be growing extra tumor or some shit. I don't know.
Shit, they're going to start breathing underwater. It's going to be a problem.
I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I give my hearts out to any woman that is birthing a child around this fucking time, because I would be terrified. Seriously, I would be fucking terrified. I mean, an average person who will get an average cold can't even go to the emergency rooms in some cities because the hospitals are filled.
No, ain't even that. And if you go and say you got a fever, they're going to instantly give you the COVID test. So it's just like, because they did that to me this weekend.
You know, it's crazy. I went to a doctor. I went to a respiratory doctor. They said, we're going to do blood work just to make sure you don't have allergies. I said, not a problem. They did my blood work. They said, okay, you don't have allergies. And your COVID test came back negative too. I'm like, wait, my what? Oh, yeah, we gave you a test too. And I'm like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, we checked you for antibodies and we checked to make sure you don't have it now. And I was just like, when were y'all going to tell me that? Oh, well, we do it to everybody. So you don't even give people a choice. Nope. We just automatically do it. So I'm like, yeah, man.
And that's why I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible right now. You know what I mean? So that way I don't have to deal with any of that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay healthy, trying to get back into my workout routine. I had all these holidays and things that went over because I don't want to deal with that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not even even if it doesn't get to you medical, like just up here, it's going to get to you. Like being around all that, seeing how people's freaking out. These people are sick. These people are dying over here. And you're in the middle of all that. You don't know if you have it or if you don't. You have a cough. Like people kill me. Like you're not supposed to sneeze anymore now that there's COVID. Like if something's dusty, you're going to sneeze. You know, if it's cold outside, you're going to cough. So, but these people are freaking out and stay away and this, that, whatever. It's ridiculous. It's screwing us up just as much mentally as it is, physically or medically, if you want to say. So, and that's just
Only
basically the fear. Now you're talking about the thing is mutating. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you think people was panicking before, you might as well go get your tissues now.
Like, okay,
yeah.
when y'all heard about this mutating thing, did y'all actually was like, damn, this is messed up, or is to the point like, is they really telling the truth, or is they trying to fuck with us, or is this for real? Because it's just
I looked at it as it's just like the fucking flu, because the flu is mutated over the years. You still
Yeah.
got the
okay.
flu. So
You
therefore,
heard
if I
you heard what you said though. You said over the years.
yeah,
Okay, all of it. Okay, we supposedly heard about this in like late last year. Now all of a sudden the shit just mutating.
but hold on, this is not just COVID. Remember, it's COVID-19. That means it was 18 other versions of this shit before
Uh,
it hit 19.
COVID-21.
hold on. Technically, no. I heard that. I heard that story. I looked into it, but if I'm wrong, you could check it for me. I heard that the reason that they call it COVID-19 because supposedly it came out in 2019.
Yeah,
That's what
what I heard as well.
That's not
Yeah.
true. That's not true. Because I mean, cause if you take a look at like Lysol bottles from back in the day, it said protects against coronavirus.
Yeah.
So they
Well, shit. I mean,
coronavirus is
I'm just telling you what when I looked into this shit. That's
And I did the same thing. I looked into it as well.
like
Yeah,
it
they said the
actually,
same exact thing
I could actually
because it
send
came
you
out
the
in
link.
2019.
Yeah,
well,
you know, but now you probably getting
It is
you
Jeremiah.
probably getting slightly mixed up because they also was calling it SARS-2 before they gave it this COVID
Yeah.
name.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so it's
maybe
been around
our
for a minute.
stories kind of intertwining somehow, you know.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it's crazy. Either way, everybody, please just stay safe out there.
Yeah, stay
Please,
safe.
please stay safe.
You know, I understand
Please,
that you
please.
want to see your family members and shit. I'm saying like this, do that shit in moderation. You know, I understand that maybe you don't believe it, but motherfuckers are actually dying. So something is happening. Only thing I'm saying is do things
Yeah.
in moderation, you know, still live your life, but be safe because shit, you know, you probably say, oh, this ain't shit all of a sudden, you know.
But hey, if all
Right.
else fails, drink some bleach, shove some sun rays up your ass, you'll be all right. Trust me.
Because the
I listened to the
president
president. He told
told
me.
you that you can.
And buy some Goya beans.
Oh, the president told us, so we good.
You
So
said
Goya
buy some
beans.
Goya
Goya
beans.
beans.
Oh yeah, Goya beans keep you safe.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're gonna change gears a little bit. I don't know if y'all heard this, but Oprah Winfrey has sold the majority portion of the OWN network for $36 million back to Discovery Channel.
She could have got more.
Hell yeah, I'm surprised.
She could have got a lot more. She could have got a lot more. So, and Ayanna Van Zandt is also leaving the network. So I'm wondering if Oprah has another plan.
I'm sure she do because
'Cause
she's
Oprah is
one of the
too
smartest
smart.
women out there. So she definitely has a plan. That's why she cashed out now.
She could have another plan, or
Yeah.
she could just sit back and relax. So who knows?
I think both.
Yeah.
I think both, definitely.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But something is going on because you wouldn't think a person of her caliber will sell. Hold up, what did she sell again? If I can get this right.
The OWN network, the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Okay.
Own network.
All right. Well, she still got Harpo, so Harpo is probably going to launch some shit, you know, and make it her own network. You know, that's the only thing I could think of. Because I mean,
shit. 36 million though. She could have got way more for that.
But then there's a reason for that. Sometimes you don't have time to hold out like that. You see the way the economy is right now, how everything's going. I mean, what are you waiting around for right now? You don't even know if you're going to live to blow half that money right now, because the way things is going down, you never know what's happening tomorrow. You never know what's happening next week. And so I'm sure she got plenty of money. It's like I think Icon had said, why am I going to sit there and be breaking my neck for the rest of these years when I don't even know how many more years I got? So you know what I'm saying? Take my money, throw it this way, flip it into something different. And I don't have to do half the work. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure she stopped breaking her neck years ago. You know,
but trust me, bro, she's still got her hands in it. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
They never take their hands completely out of it.
No, I feel you, but I'm saying though, but at this point, you know, at this point in the game, you know, you doing it for the love, so it's not no breaking neck. It's probably like sports to her. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back into the game and bust some ass right quick. Huh?
She probably like, I'm about to go buy NBC. I'm good.
And all of a sudden she started getting charges like Bill Cosby. Shit, all of a sudden,
Oprah,
you know, old ass dude starts saying, "Yo, Oprah drugged me."
Right.
What happened? She had to tell
but you know, Oprah got that kind of money.
Trust me, she's not buying. She ain't buying none of their networks. She probably will create her own, but she ain't buying none of their networks. It'll be too much trouble for her. She want to live longer. She want to live longer.
Right.
And you know, but here's the thing: does she really need to? Does she really need to buy their networks? To be honest with you, does she need it? She could make her own.
And why not?
Big,
that way you get to play by your rules. So why would you want to play by anybody else's?
Yep.
Like I said, if it was able to be bought, it would have been bought by Bill Cosby. You know, we seen what happened. You know, all of a sudden people just came out of nowhere. So after that, ain't no other black person was thinking about buying no major network like that. It was like, you know what?
Actually, it's a dude right now trying to do it. Byron Allen. He did the dude who bought the Weather Channel. I think he just sued Comcast and lost. And I think he's trying to buy one of the major networks now.
Man, please. You're not gonna get
watch. Okay. Watch what happened. Watch what happened.
I mean, he got the Weather Channel.
That's the Weather Channel. That's the Weather.
That's the Weather Channel.
That's a channel. We NBC that owns a lot of channels or Viacom. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no black person going to be able to buy Viacom, even if they had the money. They still ain't going to give it to them. Viacom? You crazy?
Right.
How much generational money is in Viacom right now?
And it's not like you know, I know I'm saying no black person. It's not a, you know, I'm about to say it's not a race thing but it's not a race thing, but it's a race thing to a black person buying a conglomerate. And if you want to challenge me on that, we can. We could talk all that. But a conglomerate like that, I've never saw a black person do it. I mean, and even when a black person have a network and is great and is big, they'll throw billions of dollars before they could get it, like BET. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, BET was sold to Viacom for $3 billion.
Yeah.
So if somebody was, and I don't think the dude did any other business like that again. Has he?
No. Johnson, Bob Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, not with Bob Johnson. He bought a basketball team. He owned an airline, and he did the he never went back into television. He said he would.
Okay.
What basketball team did he buy?
Team now.
Well, you know what? I'm probably now this intrigues me too.
I think it was the Hornets.
The Hornets?
Yeah, I think it was the Hornets. I think so.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even know that.
You know what? This conversation intrigues me to you know, read more about him for next time when we talk about him. I have a lot of more information about him. But yeah, so because it might be a reason why he let it go and, you know, he don't want to deal with television anymore. So that's the story that's the story that I would like to read about, you know.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, me.
What he said, he tried to get a lot of black people to invest into BET, and they wouldn't. He tried to get like the Magic Johnsons and a lot of the Oprahs and all those other black billionaires, and a lot of them wouldn't invest. So he just said, you know what, Viacom offered me this money, you know, why wouldn't he? So
only thing I dislike about when Viacom took it and everything and is that because of the structure. Well, they changed. Viacom just changed the structure of like the music television altogether from MTV and BET. They, you know, it changed drastically. It's not even music anymore. It's reality TV.
Right.
You know, and
like old movies and
you know, back in the
stuff. It's crazy.
Back in the
day, it was straight music.
Yeah, it was like music that you like. If you was into rock and roll, almost 24/7, you go to MTV and you rock out. You go to VH1, you rock out. We had
the TV shows on there too. You know,
hell yeah,
and everything, and then the crowds in, the live crowd and all that. Like, yeah, it was way different. Like, it was actually music.
Yeah, it was actually music.
and they shut it
But
down.
but actually, they didn't shut it down. They migrated everything because MTV went to MTV Hits, so the music is on MTV Hits.
No,
BET is now BET.
No. I know personally because I was working for MTV before that whole structure changed. They just once they did the first audition for Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Right? Once they would start sending out auditions for that, they took away music, television in general. Like all the stuff I was able to make money from. That's why I'm not working for them no more, because there's no reason they didn't have no more music and live events and stuff like that.
What was the other show where they had the people living together?
Real World.
Yeah.
Real World. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole. Huh?
That was on for 20 years though.
Yeah, but Jersey Shore was really the real start of like that reality based shit, and and the rest is history.
Real World was first.
Yeah,
I think so. I think Real World
was first.
Then Jersey Shore came with that wild.
Well, I just know with the Jersey Shore, that's when because I remember I got the emails, and that's when.
But you got to think. But all the channels are doing that now.
It's already done. There's no music television except if you go on YouTube. That's the only way you looking at all your videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you was an artist, you had.
It's crazy.
If you was like a rap artist or any artist besides Michael Jackson, you'll have your debut played on like MTV or VH1 or whatever. But
that's right, Rich. Yep.
If you Michael Jackson,
Jersey Shore started. MTV was never the same again.
If you was Michael Jackson, your shit played on NBC.
Right.
Excuse me, interrupt your.
When I try to tell kids that, I'm like, Michael Jackson was so popular that whenever he debuted a video, TV stopped. Like, what do you think about that?
It was a primetime special.
TV to debut video. Yeah.
Prime time, and they would have commercials about it. It wasn't like it was like a special.
It wasn't like it was just like coming on. It was like 8:00 Sunday night.
Right.
It'd be like, we interrupt your scheduled program for a special presentation, Mr. Michael Jackson. And everybody rushed the fuck home like,
exactly.
Because if you ain't see it that one time, it wasn't no incident of that. It was like,
it was a wrap. The wait till we get on the box.
You better have taped it.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I still have OVHS tapes that I recorded that shit on.
Me too.
Nice.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. Changing gears yet again. Something that we would have hoped would have been left behind in 2021. I hate using the term Karen. I hate calling a woman a Karen because I think it's overused. But this woman that they're calling Soho Karen, she chased down this 14-year-old black boy named Keon Harris, who's the son of a famous jazz trumpetist. She chased him down, claiming that he stole her cell phone. She yelled at him and tried to tackle him to the ground, saying that he stole her cell phone and was requesting that the police arrest him. In the midst of doing that, her Uber driver pulled up to the location and said, "Hey, miss, you forgot your phone in my vehicle." So she then let him go, and charges they're considering filing charges against her. And even though there is video of what happens, she is saying that these two men actually assaulted her. Please tell video.
From what I saw on the video, she jumped at them and pushed them and was going on like them.
No, these women, these Karens. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say her and her mother were arrested a few months ago.
Listen, these Karens are getting out of hand. I'll call them damn Karens because you know what I'm saying. Not all white women are like that at all. You know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. And you see a lot of times in these Karen videos, it's a white woman versus a Karen. So, like I said, even they're tired of their bullshit.
It's a white woman versus a Karen.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Hey, it's the truth.
It is the difference. We have to say the difference.
Yeah.
It is a difference. There is a difference. So that's my whole thing. So like I said about the Karens, I know all this that y'all keep doing, it's got to start. It's got to come to an end. Because then when they start getting their ass beat, then all of a sudden the other people's going to be the guilty ones. Then they're going to be the victims. So just like knock it off. That's not cute. That's not funny. You lose jobs. You lose husbands. You lose dogs. So it's just like, why do you keep doing it? You know what I'm saying? What benefit do you think you have of sitting up there and barking at somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what color they are. You know what I'm saying? What is wrong with you?
But see, they don't get the right person.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get like.
Right.
I live for the moment one of them motherfuckers come at me like that.
They need
I'm just gonna go the fuck in.
They need Mr. Twisted Tea. Slap that.
Oh God, let's not go there with the Twisted Tea.
That's what they need.
Because that right there, it wouldn't have been no Twisted Tea. I'd have bare fisted knocked this dude out.
Pretty much.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. Please tell me y'all saw the video. Old boy slapped dude with a can of Twisted Tea. And its hand busted open. I mean, the can busted open. How you slap a dude so hard the can break?
Because he pisses you off that damn much. That sounds. I actually want to try it myself one day. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, he was got caught by the second nigga that came out of his mouth. I'm sorry. I'm like, you let him get by too many times.
Yeah.
I'm like, saying nigga. You're like, you know what, my nigga? Oh, hold up, bro.
Yeah.
Like by the second one, I would caught his ass. Like, hold up, what are you talking to?
I remember the first real time that I seen visually with my eyes white people saying the word nigga. And I think I told this story on our first or second show. Me and Legend was at this certain club, right?
These stories always start me and Legend with everything.
We go downstairs. Right now, upstairs looked like a regular bar. Downstairs was a big open, like size, like club. It looked like an extra bar, damn near. All of a sudden, the DJ's on. They playing DMX. We are the only black guys there.
Only two.
The only two. We only came with like a couple of Spanish guys.
They weren't even all Spanish. It was like two Spanish. What was Bo? It was Turkish. And
so pretty much we came with we was only
black people.
All of a sudden we hearing DMX, niggas want to die because niggas want to cry. All I feel is pain. We looking at each other. Like niggas want to die. You know, we just joined in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like what the hell we gonna do? It's 8,900 of them, right? So, but then but now let's talk about jump, man. Only thing what happened was we just heard some glass breakage, right? I grabbed Legend, his ass up on this, right? Cause you know shit just started looking crazy, and it was a big fucking brawl. I'm telling you, I have not seen a brawl like this in the hood, and I'm dead serious.
Never.
I
rolled to the rough bars. Never.
And I seen fights in the hood, in the bars, glass breakage. Nothing don't compare to this shit.
No,
right, Legend?
Not at all. Trust me. I go to the shoot 'em up bars. That's all them close the hell down now. Trust me, I ain't never seen nothing though. These cats at this damn suburbs was getting down. They were waiting to fight.
And I don't know, probably they wasn't used to calling cops, but cops was not coming. And the brawl went on for like 20, 25 minutes. And we're like,
y'all ain't tired. I must have trained for this shit.
The time we started hearing the sirens, I started running. I was like, come on. This is why you running. I'm like, man, we the only black niggas here. You gonna think we did it.
You already know.
Yo, I mean, it was one big Italian dude straight smashing this old white guy head on the curb. It was crazy. It was
they were rolling his ass around like, damn, did he abuse you when you was a kid? Like, y'all rolling his ass like his person.
And I mean, it was like 40 people fighting.
and
Y'all
throwing
don't understand.
bottles. And throwing bottles. And don't forget somebody from us they threw bottles too. And I'm
Like
like, okay,
if you can imagine 40 people in a brawl fighting for 20 minutes, no cops. 20 minutes is a long fucking time.
and I don't
Like
think
these
we took my
motherfuckers.
Should have been a good
cards.
fight.
And I don't think we took my cars. So we was kind of stuck. You know, so we could get away, but we couldn't get too far away. And then one of the people in our crowd sitting up and he throwing fucking bottles. Are you fucking crazy? I like, let's go. Let's go, man. Y'all, I know y'all like this shit. You know, if there was like a dome in front of us, I would be enjoying this shit. I'd pull up a chair and have a drink. But nah, because we're not going to get blamed for this because that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We out. That was crazy. Not the Tremont, not the Champagne Room, not the day. What was the place in Elizabeth? The strip club. Cinderella's. None of that.
Cinderella's.
It was a fight. It was a fight in a Cinderella strip club.
Yeah.
What?
That
was the brawl for it all, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
let
was
me
there.
let our.
That night. I was
So
there
listen.
that night. I was the brawl for it all.
So listeners, Cinderella was a real popular strip club in Elizabeth, New Jersey. It was one of my favorites back in the day. Back in the day was one of my favorites. But knowing that I used to back in the day, I used to damn almost go there on the regular because I had like some people that worked there. I've never seen a fight. That probably all
no. The reason why I got closed down was the brawl for it all. Them dudes in there went stupid.
What was the problem? Like I never found out the story. Like what happened?
Yeah, it was because it was one dude. They all started over with a stripper, and he didn't want one dude didn't want the other dude touching the stripper. So my man, like as soon as he put money down, down her G-string. Homeboy would take the money out and do it on homeboy face, and that was it. That's it.
See,
I grabbed my cousin.
That was
I said,
a
"Yo,
sucker
it's about
move."
to go. I was like,
How the hell?
It's about to go down.
How in the hell he's fucking up the whole money?
Exactly. I was like, it's about to go down. I saw the shit happening. I was like, yep. Spider Sense is like, move, nigga. So I moved my ass out the way. I headed right towards the door. So when I headed to the door, all you saw us do get dirt slammed.
Damn.
I was like, well, it's time to go.
But you know what's crazy?
Like everybody in there was fighting. But I do say this though, Elizabeth police was there within 2 minutes.
But they ain't had nothing to do.
They on it. They on it.
So I was like,
you know what's crazy? I still say none of those worse than Slicks.
Cinderella's was like only like 3 blocks away from the police station.
Yeah. That's what I didn't get either. Like, because that's why I thought they always stayed cool. So shit, them boys right there. You know what I mean? So
that was
they ain't take nothing but a minute. You know, Elizabeth, they bored. That's why I don't like hanging over in Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? Because they bored. Right? They look bored, and if I look bored, they're gonna try to see if they can entertain me. No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But now, that's why I thought they would never get into fights over there, though.
But this is the thing. That's crazy. But what about the night that ended Slicks' run? So for those of you that don't know Slicks is a strip club that was in Irvington. And on Christmas Day, about 8 years ago, this dude came in there on Christmas night. The bouncer at the door said, "Yo, we got to pat you down." He was like, "For what?" He was like, "Yo, to make sure you don't have any weapons." He said, "Yo, I'm walking in." He said, "I got to pat you down." Dude shoots and kills the bouncer, shoots and kills the owner of the bar's son. And then his boy's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Shoots and kills his own boy. And that's what shut Slicks down. So, yeah, some ways they in there wilding at some of these clubs.
Yeah, and I actually, because me and Mr. Cal, the famous Mr. Cal, he always kept me in there. You know what I'm saying? He loved to go in there and do his thing. And like I said, we got cool with the dancers that was in there. We was all, family and cool, whatever the case may be. We was actually, when I was a part of the group Connection Road, we was going to shoot our music video in there. So I said, that's how cool we actually had got with the owners and everything. So really sad to hear that. I don't remember which particular, because there were several different nights that they shot in there. And one of the nights I had almost walked into it. What happened is that I think either I couldn't find parking or something made us run late. It was one or the other. We were supposed to have been there like 10 minutes earlier than what we got there. And as we're walking up to the door, like, yo, it was closed. Yo, they were just shooting up in here. So, and I've had a lot of close calls like that. Because like I said, for some reason, I was attracted to the ratchet bars. But you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because you think up there, everybody's having a good time. They're throwing money, spanking a little booty. And then next thing you know, people fighting, people shooting. And then, like I said, you're supposed to get checked at the door. You know how many times I've gotten offered bouncer jobs bouncer gigs at a lot of these places. I thought about it, but then you think about that
Mhm.
and how that guy got popped. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
thank God I chose to stay out of
I
that.
mean, you just don't be a bouncing like a place like Irvington.
yeah, yeah.
Good old Irvington.
Speaking of fighting, the Congress is supposed to certify Donald Trump's election, and it was won. They're up to 16 Republican congressmen that's now saying they're going to fight they're going to fight Joe Biden's election win. They're going to try to stop Biden from becoming the official president because they're supporting Trump. That ties into the fact that there's a recording that just popped up of Donald Trump calling the head of the board of elections in Georgia, telling him to find 11,780 votes. Keep in mind, he said, find 11,780 votes. He said, you can change the votes if you need to try to overturn the election. How crazy is that we have a president literally telling his supporters, yo, go against the voters and try to get this man, because his thing is like, oh, it's fraud. And the head of the board of elections was like, well, this fraud doesn't exist. Oh, there's 5,000 cases of fraud. He's like, no, there weren't. Well, the votes were scanned 3 times. No, they weren't. This dude is a Republican that supported Trump. And he's trying to tell this dude, oh, you're against me. How crazy is it that this dude is legitimately trying to pull a coup in this country?
Well, I can remember a few years back, one of my favorite comedians, Bill Moore, he said this. He said that Trump was going to do all this.
Yeah.
And when he said it, I was like, yeah, it sounds crazy, but let's see what happens. And yeah, it's happening.
Yep.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how incompetent the president is. It's anybody that is supporting this has to be put down like a dog, I guess. I mean, it's crazy. His lawyers flunked in the court 60 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're in and out of court if your lawyer's in and out of court over 60 times, and all 60 times they say the same shit, show us the evidence. You're not saying nothing. Show us the evidence. Like, I don't know. It's like it leaves you speechless because you would not think this would be happening in the United States of America. Yes, I know a lot of bullshit happens. Yes, a lot of presidents did some dumb shit, but they did it and they made us think they was somewhat smart. You understand what I'm saying? We are realizing how dumb he really is. And, you know, it's quite remarkable. It's remarkable. I don't have no other words to put it. I mean, and these officials are getting pressed and they got to stand their ground to the Constitution of the United States to not bend over to what this orange knucklehead is saying. So,
but did you expect anything less though? Like, of course, I was like, he's not gonna go. Like, he still got what, 16 more days before he can go ahead and keep on fighting for this. So,
yeah,
what you think was going to happen?
Somebody said something real interesting this morning. They said this is going to be the most dangerous 16 days of his presidency, because he knows the odds are once he's out, he's probably going to.
I'm sorry, he has nothing to lose.
Yep.
And he still can do whatever the fuck he wants because he's still president right now. So he has nothing to lose.
16 days. Because he's already gave Devin Nunes the Medal of Freedom. Jim Jordan, the Medal of Freedom.
He can start World War III. He can start World War III in the next 16 days. What can we say?
Well, listen. He can. He could try. But he'll have to do it in some crazy way, because the generals, they don't have to listen to him. They could just follow the Constitution of the United States. If they feel that what he's saying was going to actually hurt the Constitution of the United States, they could challenge him.
Well, I think if he was smart, right, he'd get out actually early, but just like at the middle of the night when nobody can see him. Because if he
Sneak
try to
out.
walk out of there the day of that inaugural, whatever they call it, listen, man, he's getting
He's
cuffed
not going to
up.
be there.
Get off the lawn, huh?
He's not
He's
going to
not
be
gonna be
there. This is going to be the
No,
first time we see some shit like this happen ever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is crazy. Everybody wanted the reality show, though, right? That was the whole thing. That's why
Yeah.
he's here, because everybody enjoyed. Oh, he's great. He's so funny. He's so charismatic, right?
Mhm.
Hey,
yeah,
I
we
hope
getting
y'all
all
enjoy.
that shit now.
Huh?
We
Now,
getting a
You know what's
whole
so-
entertainer.
he
You know,
definitely
you know what's
knows
so
how to
funny?
pull some magic.
A lot of my friends that voted for Trump, they told me, "Oh yeah, well he's talking crazy, but there's no way he'll do all of that stuff he said he's going to do. That stuff's just crazy. He just said that to get elected." And then when he did it, they were like, "Oh, well, he did some of it, but it's not going to get through." Then it gets through. They're like, "Oh, well, he's not going to do anything crazier than that. Then he does something crazier." Then it's like, "Oh, well, he's trying to protect the country." Like, well, no, this dude is doing some crazy stuff.
Mhm.
So, but we got 16 more days of hopefully, because don't boy Flynn is already calling for martial law to stop the transition of
Right.
power. Yeah, former General Flynn. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's a shame, but all right. Let's switch to some happier news. I know we haven't done verses in a couple of weeks, and this was an interesting one. I know we always do music, but I got an interesting one, especially for my 80s and 90s heads. We think of the 90s. The 90s had a lot of good, popular black shows, and it's kind of hard to determine which ones were the best. So this week, we might need some help with this one. Which was better, Martin or Fresh Prince?
Ooh.
Woo!
You know
Yeah.
what? This is so hard because you look at this picture and this is awesome because you think of Bad Boys all of a sudden.
That's why I got
Exactly,
so
yo.
soup when
Yeah.
Bad Boys
Yeah.
came out. I was
You
like,
think
Yeah.
of Bad
yeah,
Boys.
the Fresh Prince and Martin.
Yeah.
Now we could all say that Will Smith is actually the bigger star, 20, 25 years later, but
Mhm.
Martin Lawrence had an incredible career as well. But on
He did.
these two shows, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so hard to pick which one is better because they represented black people so well in totally different aspects. You had in Martin Lawrence, you had the working man. He was a radio personality, lived with his
Hold up.
woman. So you seen the love dynamics. Can y'all
You
hear
saw,
me?
and also you saw Martin with
Yeah.
straight hood too.
Yeah. Did you
Yes,
see Martin's? Yeah. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, Martin was straight hood, but then like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like, all right, it shows that we as black people can't make it to a higher class than what we already are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I mean,
Mhm.
I love shows like that because I think we should still have more shows that's popular like that. I don't think we have any black shows today that's like popular like that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a sitcom. I mean, we have things now like Power and everything, and that's great too. But
Mm.
man, you tell me which one is better. That's a hard one. That is so hard because even if you think about your favorites, everybody's a fucking favorite. I mean,
Yeah. But see, I got to go with Martin for one reason. Only reason I'm going with Martin is the careers that got launched off of Martin. Tracy Morgan, people forget. Tracy Morgan was Hustle Man and Martin.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he left and went to SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really knew who Tracy Morgan was back then. Man wound up having a nice little career because of Martin. Nobody really knew who Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold were. Like, you've seen them in Little Shop of Horrors. You've seen them in little movies here and there. That made them into stars. Then you had Garrett Morris on the first season. That's paying homage to the past. That really brought him out to another generation. Fresh Prince was
Garrett
great. I
Morris,
love
hold
Fresh
on,
Prince.
but Garrett Morris was already out though,
No, he was a star, but I'm saying it
because
brought him out to a new generation.
but
It
he
brought
was
him
an
to a new.
SNL alumni from the get go.
No, he was a star on there. But what happened is that show brought him out to a new, younger generation that didn't know him from SNL. So
I
those younger
didn't.
kids,
That's where I knew him from. I didn't even know he was from SNL.
yeah, and which then spun him off into Jamie Foxx show.
Yep.
And
That
if you
was
think
great
about,
too.
yeah, and if you think about Fresh Prince, again, I love the show, but Will Smith was already a star.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
Alfonso Ribeiro, you could say maybe it spun him off into something. Maybe Tatiana Ali, I guess. The show didn't really spin that many. It didn't really turn out that many stars, but it was still a great, great show. So I only got to go with Martin because of the stars it created from that show.
Okay, so you're going about the stars that created, but you still don't know which show was the better show in general, or do you?
Because you can't really say that
It's
with
hard.
Fresh Prince. Because James Avery was a bad man before he even got Fresh Prince.
No, he was
He was
shredded.
a
He was
badass
shredded.
actor before he got Fresh Prince. So
Huh? Say that again?
Yeah,
James
he was the
Avery
voice of Shredder.
already had his acting credits before he even got Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, I look at it like
So-
that, but then like you did get like a lot of people on Fresh Prince that you didn't really see. Like you got to see like Queen Latifah, Nia Long,
Yeah.
Tupac.
and what made it so bad,
Was
Tupac was
Tupac?
on like everybody.
Yeah, Tupac, Jada Pinkett was all on Fresh Prince. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember the show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Martin, you had Biggie, you had Snoop Dogg. So, you had a lot of
You
people
had
on those
everybody. You had everybody.
shows. Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
everybody. Steve
You had Little
Harvey.
Richard. Little Richard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. I don't
It's
know how to
hard.
pick
It's
a
hard
winner.
to say what was the better show. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I might have to bow out and say I can't even pick one.
Yeah, I can't. I'm got icon on that one. I can't even pick it.
I can't even pick one.
Yeah.
And usually I
I'm
can
gonna
pick
have to
one.
go with Martin.
I mean, yeah, you see, but you're going by the careers that created you. You're not going by the better show, Jimmy.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
looking
think
at
Martin
it.
was a better show too.
Nah, I'm looking at it both.
I think Martin
Okay.
is close though.
Hey, if you see
But
either
I'm saying
one
like,
is
I'm saying like
is
this.
good.
Either one was great because it's like at that time, I grew up with both of them. So it's like you can't pick. Like on my end, I can't pick which one was better because I watched both of them religiously. So, so
I
like
mean,
I said, I wrote icon.
Yes,
I can't pick out of those two.
I mean that was great about the 90s to me, as far as just artists and artistry and the great music and the great shows. The 90s was the shit.
Yeah, because every day of the week you had something to watch.
It was the shit. It was the shit for TV shows.
It was like what? Mondays you had Fresh Prince. Then you had what? Let's start from Sunday night. You had Living Color. Then you had what?
Yep.
If you was into it, after Living Color, you had Married with Children.
Yeah.
And after that, what? Monday you had Fresh Prince. Tuesday was something else. Wednesday,
Different world.
Wednesday was something else.
Different world.
Thursday you had the Cosby Show in a Different World. I think
And
Wednesday
Rock.
was and what? Then Wednesday was Martin.
They're living single.
Then Living Single.
Wednesdays they make Martin Living Single and New York Undercover, right?
Yeah,
Yep, back to back.
Wasn't that the lineup?
Like
Yep.
Wednesday nights, you sitting there, you had something to watch every day.
Yeah, 90s had the best sitcoms. The 80s had the best cartoons.
And what Friday nights was what Family Matters.
Yep.
So it was like you had everything to watch every day of the week. So
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Yo Legend, who you going with?
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to get to me. I could have went first because I knew mine easily, Martin.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it.
All right,
Hands
so I guess
down,
Martin won.
And I love
Martin
both
won.
shows.
Okay.
I love both shows.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I definitely followed every episode of
Hey, look,
Martin.
look.
I've not followed every episode of Fresh Prince. You know what I mean? To me, Fresh Prince, even though it was on top, it still reminded me of the Full House. The what was the other things used to come on? Those other little family little shows, whatever the case was. It was like, okay, seeing it, they added a little twist to it, so it was nice. That's what I said. I love the show. But with Martin, you know what I'm saying? This was something different. This wasn't no family show. It wasn't no kids. It wasn't no damn dog running around. It was like couples, you know what I'm saying? Doing their thing, acting crazy. Like I could relate. I'm a city guy, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, that made me a huge Martin Lawrence fan because I've seen Martin around, but I didn't even know what he could really do. So it's kind of similar to what Jimmy said, because most of them I've seen them all like in what House Party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just like, you know, I've seen them certain places or whatever the case is. But other than that, you know, I would have never really been into them like that if I hadn't seen what they could do in this show, because this show really brought out their acting and their comedic ability. And like you said, all the different guest stars that was on there, you know, that was there and created there. You know, I said Tracy Morgan, like, come on, like this was that platform. And I was so mad. I was so mad whenever they ended the show. Like I remember Fresh Prince, I was sad. But when Martin ended, I was mad. Especially because I think they ended over some stupidity. So it was just like, wow, really? Like we really had something, because back in the day, we didn't have many like strong black shows that can go up against the, you know, the Caucasian shows. You know what I'm saying? So we had the Martins, we had the Living Singles. You know, we was trying to hold on to those because we didn't have too many shows that could really rock. You know, you had the little things here, they were hee ha ha, but it wasn't nothing to take seriously. But then,
at
like
that time, Bill Cosby was started to do replays. So
right, exactly, and they went at it. They like, okay, this is our chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't know, but all right, Martin won it. All right,
about the
this
crowd.
week we going.
Did you count the people?
Did I count the people? What do you mean?
No, like in the chat.
Yeah, okay.
Because some people voted for Prince. I'm not Prince. Oh, yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm about to say Prince. Wait a minute. Right. What are we doing again?
So let me check the crowd. Hold up.
Yeah, because I was about to say.
All right. Rich said Fresh Prince, but Martin is amazing. All right. So Lona's got Martin, so that's 3-1. Because Rich has Fresh Prince. Let me see. Look, it's looking like it's 3-1. I don't know.
Omar got Martin.
Larita got
Omar
Martin.
and Larita got Martin.
Hold on, let me ask one of my peoples. Hey, Cheryl, who you got, Martin or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Martin for sure.
There we go.
There we go.
Never fail.
All the characters he played.
Absolutely.
And be able to transform and be those different characters that pay homage to people like Flip Wilson and those old school comedians. So that's what I like right there. Yeah, that's me.
Absolutely. Great point.
Yeah. Oh, Raymond got it.
Tyrone in the house. Tyrone in the house.
Jerome.
Oh, yeah, shit. Jerome, yeah.
All right. So before we
Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone, right?
So before we get to our main event, we're going to hit a part that we haven't covered in a long time, our hood classics, aka our hood legend of the week.
Extreme legend. Let's change the hood to extreme legend.
I apologize. Extreme legend.
Extreme legend.
Mr. Morgan Freeman. This dude has been a pillar of the black community and has been in so many black movies and shows since literally almost the dawn of television. Right. That dude was on Electric Company in the 70s. He thought he was about 80 then. So, and I think it's perfect because he also played. He played Joe Clark and Lean on Me. So, yeah, man, he played Joe Clark and Lean on Me. He was in Glory. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He was in Kiss the Girl. I mean, this dude has been a legend, not just in the black community, but just around the world for years.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, he's one of those. He's one of those actors. Like, if he's going to be in a movie, you know it's going to be something. Like if you see Denzel in a movie, you know it's going to be something. If you see Tom Cruise in a movie, you know it's going to be something. It's just certain people, certain actors, you know it's going to be something. Like I loved when Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman was in that movie Oblivion. I mean, he's just amazing. I love when he's acting with other great actors and actresses. I mean, it's just been so many movies. It's a
The thing
plethora
about
of just greatness.
remember he played one of the first black presidents in a movie in Deep Impact.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't forget that he was in Batman as the first character to ever show how Batman got his weapons. You know that meant a
Lucius
lot, even for
Now,
Fox.
culture. Lucius, yeah, that
yes, the
meant a lot to the
2005
culture.
Batman. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, the newer
Yes.
Batman. He played God. He played God in two movies.
He got the voice. He
You know
got
how
the
to
Yes.
voice. If I hear God talk to me, I better hear Morgan Freeman. That's what I'm expecting.
I mean,
so he'd have been the first black president, God, and the guy that gave Batman his weapons.
Right.
he got one of the most recognized voices since James Earl Jones.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
just a phenomenal performer, and I believe that people have been given his just due, and are great that none of his work is taken for granted. So it's awesome.
yeah. I mean, definitely a legend. You know, he's one of those guys. I'm giving him his flowers while he's here.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, especially he's an older guy, still doing it, still putting it out.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
to us black actors, like he's like our Ric Flair. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah,
he is the top. Like that's where we're trying to get to. Like, and how many times
yeah.
you've ever seen him on screen, no matter who he's with, and mixes it up and it's
Mm,
a bad scene. Like I've never seen Morgan Freeman in
yeah,
a bad scene. But then, like I said, with
yeah,
the voice as well, you know what I mean? Like that's that magical voice, one of those voices that you'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? And cut it out, Justy. I'm being serious. I'm serious, bro.
yeah.
Anyway,
Hmm.
if
I
us
didn't say
mature
nothing.
folk listen, right?
I didn't say nothing.
Right now, you said enough.
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Like I said, like I said, great all around actor. And like I said, I hope I wasn't being disrespectful when we was going over the Joe Clark story, because every time I hear Joe Clark, I automatically think of Morgan Freeman in this movie. Because I think that was probably the first time I either saw him or recognized him. And just the way he killed that role, like he
Hmm.
wasn't telling me this was real life.
Yeah,
And then when I actually got I
yeah.
guess they had a special and they showed the actual person, live Joe Clark, I was like, wow,
Hmm.
okay. Like, and you could tell like he really studied that role and got that role in. And like I said, he's just an amazing actor. He never does any wrong. I haven't seen him do any wrong yet, and we never will.
Yeah,
So thank you for your talent, sir.
yeah.
We strive to be like you.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Now we get to the main topic of the night:
Main topic. Ooh.
relationship, social topic, relationships. Think of a time when you were in a relationship too long. This happens to a lot of people. Sometimes people stay longer than they need to stay. Some people, they're in relationships with people that ruin their lives, ruin their credit, lead them to make bad decisions that can ruin them. Um, and we gotta think about what makes you stay so long, or what made you leave. Now, before we go, I want to kind of talk about one person who I think personifies this. There was a top basketball player, played with the LA Lakers in the in the mid to late 2000s, won the Sixth Man of the Year award, won championships with Kobe Bryant, got hooked up in a relationship with a certain reality TV star. Started dating this star. This star started to control a lot of his moves. This man then said, "I want a trade from this championship team." This guy got traded. His career was never the same. He wound up having to retire from the league and wound up overdosing on drugs and having a stroke. This man was someone that even admitted he didn't want to be married to her. He didn't want to stay with her. He didn't want to leave the Lakers. But she kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. And this man went from being on this championship team around people that loved him to being on a team by himself and his career never being the same again, because she told him that he didn't need this team. Lamar Odom. Even though he says that she never pushed him to do it, this is a guy that was with the Lakers, that was happy, that was winning championships, that was winning awards. As soon as he got with her, I need to go. I got to be my own star. All of the, after that, he's out of the NBA. Then he's on reality TV. Then he's overdosing at the Bunny Ranch. That dude should have, years ago, when he started losing everything, he stayed with her. I don't know why he stayed. Maybe he loved her. Maybe it was a drug addiction. Maybe they worked well together. I don't know. But I know they've all been in situations where we stayed with somebody way longer than we should have. And looking back, you always kind of wonder, like, man, why did I stay? So we're going to start it off with who wants to go first? Ooh. All right, legend. All right,
I
so
said
think
not
of a
me.
situation where you stay with somebody.
I said not me.
Oh, not you. I'm sorry. Okay, so Icon. Think of a situation you were with somebody. You realize you stayed with them a little bit too long. What made you stay, and what finally made you leave?
Okay, stupidity. Yeah. I was
The most
stupid,
downfall for all men.
but I could honestly say it wasn't years. You know, I was only in the relationship for 2 years, and I told myself I probably stayed in it uh, a year and a month over to a year and a month over. I should have been out of it, within the first 10 months. And the reason I stayed was stupidity. And but when I realized that, what I thought I was seeing just wasn't really there, you know, it was easy for me to move on. I just think that people who just stay in shit and knowing that the shit is just continually fucking up year after year after year, I think it's meant to me. Um, I have certain friends that be in a relationship with somebody that definitely treat them fucked up. I could tell them, hey, you do realize this is fucked up, and they do comprehend how they getting treated is fucked up. They could comprehend that they're being disrespected, but for some reason they just can't leave the male or female. So I just think that it's meant to. I think that some people, especially I notice just in my eyes, I notice like people that are grown up with like one parent a lot of times. I notice that they have trouble just letting go and stuff like that for some apparent reason. That's just what I see in my eyes. I'm not saying that's a fact in general, but yeah, some people just have a hard time letting the fuck go. Me, I'm at the stage of my life, shit, the shit ain't working. I could let the shit go because my brain is, let me just find happiness as soon as possible. So
Yeah.
if the shit ain't making you happy, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm with it. All right, Just D.
What?
Do you have one? You got a scenario?
No, I'm known to say bye. I learned that a long time ago. I'm sorry. Once I saw the red flags and all the bullshit, I try to stay one for a minute. But then after that, nah, I'm out. I can't sit there. I learned how to say goodbye early. Because I'm not going to sit there and waste my time nor your time where I can find myself to be happy with somewhere else. Or just be happy about myself. So I learned a long time ago, say bye quickly. Even when I was married, I said bye so quick. It was a shame how fast I got a divorce.
Okay.
So,
all right, Ledge.
I can't say that, as part of being like in a relationship, I've been there on, like you said, every man goes through it. You get that one point in your life where you're stupid over a woman. But it's just the whole factor of you gotta be comfortable with saying bye, or I can be by myself, and then be by yourself and learn how to adjust and live by yourself. And once you do that, then you'll be all right. But as far as like staying, nah, I'm not staying. I'm not forcing nobody to be with me. I'm I want nobody to force me to be with them.
Okay. All right, Legend.
Yep. So let me give the edited version of this. So one
For
time,
what?
you know,
Why
I
you
don't,
gotta be edited?
huh?
Why you
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
be
edited?
forgetting that this shit is extreme, man.
Yeah, yo, what you
No,
doing?
I'm not
Yeah.
saying like uncensored. I'm saying edited. In other words,
Why you
not to make
editing?
long.
Why are you editing it?
Huh?
Why are you editing it?
Because I don't want to be babbling all night.
You're not battling all night. Say what the hell is going to happen.
I'm going to say it. Trust me. So, right? You know, most of us don't wind up getting our crushes, right? So one time I've actually wind up doing that. I like my crush and my crush like me. So it's perfect. Wow. Finally, this happens to me. Went to dinner, heard some things that I didn't even like at the dinner table. So I already kind of knew it wasn't going to work and explained to her it wasn't going to work. But, you know, she pushed the issue and, you know what? I wanted to make it work because, you know, at this point, it was like, wow, you know, I really need to settle down. Like, you know, it's getting, you know, it's trying to get that time. You know what I mean? You get tired of ripping and running and all that. You also get tired of just being dolo all the time. So took a chance. The girl made me happy half the time. The other half, she made me completely miserable. Basically, there were certain things that was going on that she would throw in front of my face, and she just kept trying to change me into somebody that I wasn't. She got me away from working out to a point. She got me away from a lot of things. And the reason why I stayed is just because, hey, you know, I was actually in love with her and I wanted to marry her. So they got to the point and she was just like in so much of a rush to get married. And I never understood that from the first date. And that's what kind of scared me the most. Was like, okay, I kind of do want to marry you, but we're not getting married like in 6 months. Like, what is your problem? One day she bothered me to the point we actually jumped up, I said, you know what? You keep aggravating me like I'm going somewhere. Get dressed. We're going to City Hall. And we actually drove all the way down to City Hall. I actually went up, tried to get married. They said we needed witnesses. There was 2 people sitting on the stand over there. I'm like, hey, just use them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get it done. So leave me alone. And yeah, thank God that it didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a real horrible way to get married. I didn't even have a ring. Not even any of these. I didn't even have a ring. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what is your desperacy with getting married? I still don't understand to this day. But you know, once again, the reason why I stayed long in it as I did is just because I just wanted to make it work. I really, really loved her. And I'm not going to sit up there and talk about marrying everybody. I'm not going to sit up and tell everybody I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, to me, each time that uses kind of lessons and lessons, in my opinion, anyway. You know, you got these women sometimes to be on there. They're kings. They're kings. They're kings. Every 4 months, it's another damn king like you're playing cards. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to go through stuff like that where every time, oh, my queen, my queen, my queen, it ain't a poker game. So that's what I'm saying about those type of things. I don't like doing that. So, you know, each time when things seem serious, okay, I'll take it a different notch, a different level. I don't really want to punish the next woman for what the last woman did. So I just tried to change myself, and it made me completely, utterly miserable to the point it actually caused issues. So what made me leave? It was time to go. There was other things already going on in my life at that time, and she was definitely not making it better. And I never thought I would actually leave my girlfriend and leave out of state to get away from a woman, but that's basically what I did. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't helping with anything else that was going on at the time. And this is supposed to be a woman that I want to marry. Then with the stupid storyline that comes up later on, and then we decide to actually break up because this is one of those one-time chances. I was like, oh, I'll try a long-distance relationship because I was coming back. But I think she had already was trying to move on to do whatever. But like I said, I don't know what the scheme was about or whatever the case was. I'm sure the woman definitely cared for me. Like she was over my house like every day. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, after going through things like that, you don't be the same anymore. You know what I mean? So, and you can't just say, oh, well, you can't blame me for the last person. Yeah, but something it changes you. So now you move a different way. You think a different way. You're not going to walk away from something like that unless you was just bullshitting and you don't care. You'll marry anybody to come along, which is some people probably listening. You never know. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, that's not me because it's a one and done with me. I'm getting married once and then that's it. You know what I mean? One mother of my kids, if there's such a thing. And I think that's pretty much about done. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just the whole point of that. You know, that's why you shouldn't stay when you see things, when you see a red light, don't run it. You see a sign, go the other way. You got to pay attention to the signs because trust me, sometimes it ain't worth trying to make it work.
Ledger, I got a question to ask you because you said something in the beginning of your talk. Now, in my experience, and you could tell me if this happened to you because I think it did from what you said. I could remember me being interested in a woman, right? And a woman will just be like, you know what? Maybe this won't work like this because of X, Y, and Z. So they'll tell me why they feel that, if we try to start something, why it might not work, right? And usually when a woman tells me that, I'm like, all right, cool. All right, understand, right? And a lot of times either we don't speak again or we just remain as friends. But I know when it's on my end to tell a woman, I don't think it's going to work because of X, Y, Z, and X, Y, Z. They was always trying to convince me, no, oh, no, but this and that, but this and that, and that will work. Have you gotten that? Like you actually told a female, listen, I don't think it's going to work because, X, Y, Z, and 1, 2, and 3, and that shit, hell no. And they'd be like, nah. The 1, 2, and 3 is all nice and gushy, and the X, Y, and Z, you could just slide right on in.
Absolutely. Get that sweet talk. You know what I'm saying? And make you want to come back into the kitchen for the pie. Like, you know the trick.
And then what happened is, you better like, all right, because you're thinking maybe you could be wrong in your lifetime.
Right.
Even though that you know you. Okay. You know you know what you're gonna like, you know what's gonna turn you off, you know what you see. You just know yourself. But because this motherfucker done sweet talk the shit out the situation.
What?
You know what I'm saying? She done sold this shit like she about to sell a car to your ass, right? So then you get into the shit.
Right.
Then all the shit that you said was going to happen start happening. Now you feel like the dumbass.
No, absolutely. And they know how to do it. I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was saying basically that she thinks people are not being too transparent. Like they're not just coming forth and saying what they want. I said to her, no, it's actually the opposite. I understand what you're saying. That's probably in a lot of cases, but there are a lot of people that's coming and saying either what they want or like in a situation like you just talked about, Icon. It's like, okay, we want out. Like we could already see it's not going to work. So we're telling them that we're being transparent with them, but they are not taking the information that we're giving them. They are hearing what they want to hear, and they are trying to do what they want to do. And that be the whole point. A lot of times you tell them it's not going to work, this, that, whatever. No, baby, we can, whatever, and and they know how to do the things. If they're your know how to do the thing. Bring you back.
Like one of your favorites, right? Let me tell y'all, right? So I was talking to this crazy chick. She used to live in the Bronx, right?
Oh boy.
Right. And
Bronx.
And Cheryl, you met her too. And what happened was, I think I told her, yo, listen, I don't think it's gonna work because I see the way you operate. You might be a little bit too jealous and everything, and I get a little bit too busy. And you seem like a person that really, you really. And I told her this. I said, I see him right now. When it comes to the word love, I think you just have a strange obsession with the ideal of love. You got to watch out for some of these women. They have a strange obsession with the ideal of love. So once they get you to be okay, you go, whoa, I didn't ask for none of this. What? Slow your ass down. Whoa, what the
preach, bro? That's exactly what it is.
What you mean? What you mean? You just put a down payment? No, I don't want that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They come strong as hell. They want it and whatever. And I told her that, and then, Legend was like, man, give her a chance.
There we go. I always got to throw me under the bus, man. I had to tell that part of the story.
I was like, yo, Legend. You know what I think she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I just said, the shit is coming to pass, right? Only thing Legend cared about was that she was a freak. Listen. She busted it down like that, dog. Yo, just
Bro.
give it a little bit of time, man. Give it a little bit of
If you would
time.
have known what I went through in South Florida, bro, I'm like, bro, you got something to hold on to it.
Because I'm the type of person, and Legend tell you, because there've been a few times where I'm a type of person, I'm used to just, talking to somebody for like maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks, and I just cut off. And they'd be like, what happened? Man, nah, I just, something came around, something was said, and I knew the shit was probably gonna go crazy, so I cut the shit off. But this was one of the few times, and I could count on one hand. Okay, I don't make those many mistakes, but that was probably one of the last times. Yes, that was the last time that I can say I've tried. Well, we didn't make it official, but I put the energy into trying to make it official, knowing that the motherfucker might be crazy. And me doing that was a waste of my time.
Sorry, Icon.
But something else you got to think about too is part of the reason people stay in these relationships too long is codependency. Some people get too. So if you got somebody that's depressed or they have addiction issues, and you in this relationship with them, you're kind of you're their crutch, and you stay with them because they sometimes run that guilt trip in you. Oh well, go if you have to. Okay, go if you have to. I'll find a way somehow, hopefully. And sometimes that plays with your mind, especially if you've done some things during a relationship that you know that you shouldn't have done. They'll play that on you, and sometimes you stay in that relationship a little bit too long. I was a victim of it. I had this female I was dealing with, and unfortunately, I stayed with it longer than I should have, and I did because I knew that I had cheated on her. So I stayed with her a little bit too long. I had every sign in the world saying, "Yo, go. You don't need to be with her no more. Go," because this chick was crazy. She equated love by whether or not I beat her up or not. She wanted a dude that was going to beat her up, throw her down the steps. That was her thing. She also wanted to do. I was in college. She wanted to do it on a block. She used to be like, "Yo, why you always got your laptop in your computer bag? Why don't you put it in your book bag? Yo, why you got a shirt and tie on? What's wrong with you? With some baggy jeans." And something was telling me, "Yo, you should end this relationship with her." But I was so stupid. I kept thinking, I'm like,
sorry, I was saying, if any girl
I'm so stupid. I'm
like
thinking
that to me, cut. Keep going, Jimmy. Sorry.
But you know what it is? You with this chick for a minute, you loving this chick, and then she like, "Yeah, but you know what I mean? I stuck with you and you cheated on me? For real?" And I'm like, damn. Couldn't find out old girl was cheating on me with a dude that was beating her up. So it was one of them crazy situations. I stuck with it too long because of my own guilt. Because she knew how to make me feel guilty. And what ended it is that I found out is that I caught her cheating on me. And that's really what ended that relationship. But I think sometimes for these codependencies because they not use that guilt against us. So what I think we need get.
Hold up. One thing too, before you go on just a little bit, another thing to add to that, we was talking about it a couple of days ago. What about for the not vast majority, I don't know if it's a vast majority, but it's a lot of married men that I have spoken to, and I know that some of you have spoken to that says, I would leave, but the kids, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now to me, just feeling, just want to be in a relationship where you can also feel free with your with the one that you're with. To say I would leave, but because of the kids, that just sounds like you in an excuse. It's a jail. It is an excuse, but when they leave, what it is, it's alimony, it's child support, and guys don't want to get hit with that.
Man, look, I can tell you from experience, it was never a choice where I had to choose over my kids or stay in a relationship with their mothers. I'm telling you straight up, it was just like, all right, do I value my peace of mind over dealing with the bullshit? And unfortunately, my peace of mind was a lot more priceless than anything. My kids, I'm like, I'm still, any which way, if I leave, I'm still going to be a great father to my kids. So it was never that part right there was never a choice. It was like, even though with my kids, I always make sure I'm there all the time. I'm always with it and always make sure that I'm on point. But when it came down to my peace of mind, dealing with their mothers, nah, I'm good. I'd rather, if I don't want the drama, nah, you go ahead and stay right where you at. Because I'm going to walk away from this, and I'd rather have my sanity, my freedom, and everything, instead of dealing with the same constant bullshit that woman wanted to put me through.
No, absolutely. And that's why I've never had kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, thank God. I mean, I'm sure, other situations maybe, but, like I said, I never wanted a baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should be striving to be someone's baby mama.
Well, no man wants that, but it sometimes it turns out that way.
Hey, and I understand that.
I actually spoke to women.
I know you do that.
No, I spoke to a couple of women, and it doesn't compute with me. I could name probably 8 women off the top of my head throughout the years that said, "Oh, I want him to be a father for my child," but they never speak of marriage.
Right.
To me, that doesn't
how
even.
Many times I heard that? Like you said, never speak of marriage. Never speak of being together. Just like, oh, can you? One in particular, I kind of, oh, what I'm saying, when we turned 30, and this was back when we was teens. Oh, what I'm saying, when we turned 30, when you turned 30, will you have my baby? I'm like, okay, are we going to be together? What do you mean? Like, what kind of stupid thing is that? Fast forward, we wound up getting back together again and living together. And she kind of brings up the same thing. Oh, you don't have to take care of the kid. You don't have to be in his life. Oh, then why am I having a kid? Like, what are you talking about?
Bullshit. That's the bullshit. That's the trap.
Yeah.
No, man,
Well,
I know.
But
I know some women that have a baby by certain men that they choose to have a baby by them but don't marry them, and it's like they just say, hey, let me just do broken homes all over the world. I don't know, it's just stupid to me, but if it makes them happy, go fly.
Definitely. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up to everybody else. For those of you that are new, the way that you type your question, you comment, is you do the hand raise option when you press the 3 dots on either the top or bottom of your screen that says more. You click those 3 dots, there's a button there that says raise hands. If that doesn't work, type your question or comment in the chat. And if all else fails, take yourself off mute. Let me know if you have a question or comment and we'll acknowledge you. So who wants to go first? Remember, the question is, think of a time when you stayed in a relationship too long. What made you stay? What made you go? So let's see who wants to be lucky number 1.
Don't be shy now.
I guess everybody had perfect damn relationship, so everybody got somebody.
Pretty much, right?
All right, we got a couple hands up. All right, Queen Diva, raise her hand first, and then Kat.
All right.
Well.
Hey, Queen, how's it going?
Okay.
What's up, Queen?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Hi, Legend. Hi, Icon. Okay. I was in a relationship.
Hold on. There's 2 other people here, too. So they say from High Legend, High Icon.
Who that be?
My bad.
Who that be? Oh, Jess? Well, hello, Jess. Hey, Damien. How you doing?
Don't forget
Hope you're feeling well. Because your mouth is surely working, so I know you're feeling better.
100%. I'm 100%.
Okay. As I was saying,
nice.
Bring it. I always got time for you. I was oh shush. Let me talk to you, nurse. I was in a relationship with this guy, right? And he was a friend with benefit. And it didn't start out like that, he was like one of my best male friends. One of those situations when the best friends become somebody you become intimate with. That's what happened.
No, I don't know that one. I don't.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I don't do that. I've never done that.
But it does happen because sometimes your best friend is the person who know you the best. And anytime you have a problem with your other relationship, that's the person you run to talk to. And sometimes things do happen. It does happen, but in my case, it did happen.
That sounds
And
like being on
so
reserve.
after, Lord, child. You want some of this? Come, bring it.
Hold up,
So
Queen. You got to be
anyway,
careful when you say you want some of this, Queen. You got to be
Exactly.
careful. Okay.
Exactly. I watch your mouth around these my
we
lips.
You
ain't
got to be
talking
careful,
about that.
Queen.
We ain't talking about that. We are not talking about that. Don't try to
I'll
create this
play. I'm messing
conversation.
with you, Queen Diva. I'm messing with you, Queen Diva.
Go ahead,
Go
Queen.
right
Go
ahead,
ahead,
baby.
Queen.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead, Queen.
I'm trying to tell my
Sorry,
story.
sorry, sorry.
Go ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go
Queen.
Thank
ahead,
you.
Go
Queen.
ahead, Queen.
Okay. So what happened was him and I got into like a relationship. He was 1-on-1, but then I didn't like that either because I found that he was like just too much on top of me. So I said, let's you do you, I do me. You know, when I see you like a friends of benefits. But I should have known from the jump start because when we was dating, things are so crazy. I mean, it's like this guy pop out of nowhere. You know, it's like I felt like I had a detective on my back. You know, it was just very toxic. As a friend, he was perfect. In a relationship, it was bad. And I knew it and I should have just left it. But instead, I made it a friend with benefit. And now I can't get rid of him. Um, it became toxic when I realized that there were certain things that he was doing that I wasn't into and certain people that he was still talking to. I don't know. It just became a very toxic relationship. But I saw all the signs, but because I knew him, he knew me. I didn't feel like starting over again in a new relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes time to develop and stuff like that. So I stayed in a toxic relationship knowing that I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
But now it's a different story, different path now though.
yeah. We live and
Good,
we
good,
learn.
good.
Hold on. I
Yep.
wanted to say something to Larita because I made that comment. Larita was like lies. Okay, so I have two people that know me for over 20 years. When I say this statement, and they know me, when it came to my best friends and I have best female friends, right? And they are gorgeous, right, Legend?
They absolutely are.
All right. Now I can honestly say no, I've never ever had sex with a best friend, a best female friend. Never. And that's the truth. I when it comes to friendships, I value friendships. People, women that came across in my lifetime, especially in the dance world, just been so beneficial to me, to my soul, to my spirit, and just bonding. So no, and you can ask Legend, you can ask my homegirl Shalise. No, they
I was
never
only
heard me
teasing.
ever mention me fucking one of my best friends.
No,
Nope.
I was only teasing you. I was messing
Okay.
with you. I
No.
All right. Well, we
Mhm.
got a cat had a hand up next.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey, cat.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
How are you?
Hello.
First and
cat.
foremost, I hope Justy's
Hey.
feeling better. What's
Oh
up,
yeah, I'm good.
Justy? That's good.
You can't tell he's good? Shit.
Now, Kat, the
One
only
more to
thing,
know of. I
hold on,
got the little
I'm
one coming
sorry,
in and
Kat.
out of the room.
I'm
Huh?
sorry, Kat. The only thing you need right now, Kat, you just need the fan for the wind to be blowing, and that's a
Word,
music video.
word.
Silly. Thanks.
Go, girl, you
um,
better work.
so in two different cases, like I was with my two oldest kids' dad since 98, 99. We lived in Newark, and I kept coming from like touching on like what you said, Icon, coming from like a divorced household. You know, I wanted to keep like the two parent household, and I kept staying and staying and staying until finally I was like, dude, man, can you just cheat on me so I could leave? Because then I can, you know what I mean? Do something, please cheat on me, you know? And I was like, you know what? I'm just done. You know, he was just, I didn't like, he was like a douchebag. And I just stayed because I'm like, you know, the kids want, you know, they love their dad. You know, he's a good dad. He's not a good boyfriend. You know what I mean? So that lasted for like maybe like 8 years. And then I became like single and celibate for like 7 years. And then I finally like, you know, I'll try this dating shit. And then I met my ex-husband, and that's the same shit. I did the same shit. I stayed for the kids. Big mistake. But then like I didn't see Gabe for 2 years. So I went back to him, you know, and then until I got Gabe, and all this domestic violence shit happened. And people stay for the wrong reasons, you know, like especially staying for the kids. you hurt the kids. Like they suffer in the end, you know. We think like, oh, they want their mommy, they want their daddy, but at the same token, like they're sponges and they take all this shit in. They feel negative energy, and then if you don't leave that shit and break the cycle, they're gonna end up going in the streets looking for what kind of family, whatever family's out there in the streets that, like maybe like a gang or drug dealers or whoever it is, whatever, anyone from the streets that's gonna show them a different kind of love that's not coming from a parent, and I tried to like leave so many, and then that's two different cases. Well, one case where you stay for the kids. The other case was like I really just was like a prisoner. Like I couldn't leave. Like he would take my paycheck. Nobody's gonna want you. Not that it mattered. No one's gonna want you. You're fat. You ugly. You got 3 kids. Who the hell wants you? I said I don't really care. I'm not looking for a dude. So that was said to me like every day since like 2011 to like recently 2018 when I left him finally. That and like not being able to have my own money, not being able to have friends, I can like you just feel really trapped. You can't leave. And if I left, I wouldn't have Gabe. So I stayed. You know what I mean? My family disowned me, so I couldn't go back to North Jersey. So, but I'm coming back. North Jersey, look out. I'm coming back to Newark or something.
We got you.
All right, baby.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cat from the block.
I am from the Bronx, Centric Avenue, baby.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Kat. Lona had a comment. I have commitment issues, so I can't comment.
Hey, you know what? When a woman's truthful, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it when they're truthful. Because it's fucked up when they're not. When they have trust issues, but they want to be with your ass and they start, making your life crazy because they have trust issues and shit. So I respect the ones that say, listen, I got trust issues. I respect
nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's something wrong with having trust issues, but I'm saying at least you're admitting it.
Yeah. It's not, some women don't admit it. That's what, they don't. I mean, a lot of men don't admit it. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of men that get with women and they so damn insecure. It's out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's true. But at my age, I've learned, like I'm 45, but I was like, I've learned, I'm like, I expect a man to know what he's supposed to do. Like I never ask a man that I'm dating where he's at, what he's doing, and who he's with. I just need to know, when am I going to see? When are we going to be together? Because at the end of the day, when you're grown, he's supposed to tell me. You know what I mean? And that's only because I think when I was younger, I was in a situation where I was dating a man who didn't trust me. And I was just like, oh, I don't like this. And I'm like, is this how men be feeling? You know what I mean? Like when you be asking like where you at, who you with or whatever. Because I feel like when you're grown, any man I'm dating, I shouldn't have to worry about what he's doing. He'll tell me. If he's like, okay, well, I have to go run some errands. I'm like, okay, like I shouldn't have to ask him, but I just need to know when he's going to be MIA. If he checks in with me or whatever, it is what it is. But I never ask the man those questions because he's naturally, if he's not doing anything, he's going to tell me anyway. So why should I stalk him? Why should I ask him those questions? You know what I mean? I just think that's the adult thing to do. So I stopped doing that years ago, and I don't know. Like, and I'm pretty sure, like a lot of men that I date, they probably don't even realize that. But it's just like, like I'm already trained. Because some of the guys too, they don't go for that. And that's another thing too, for men, you have to understand to like, from the jump, you have to set boundaries and let a woman know what you're going to go for and what you're not going to go for. Because a lot of men, they'll say, well, I always date, no, you like that crazy girl. You allow her to do that. I'm a grown woman to tell you. You can not to say you could train a woman, but you got to know what you're going to accept. You know what I mean? So if from the jump, she's acting crazy, you're like, I don't want to be with her. But if you continue to be with her, she's not. Why do you think her personality is going to change? Does she have trust issues? You see that from the beginning. I'm like, don't put that on me if you have trust issues. That's what I'm saying. Don't put that on me.
Word. Yeah. Hey, Lona. I'm sorry. Hello?
Yes,
Lona?
yes.
Oh yeah. I know you always have your picture up and just I guess a few of us know how you look in person. And the picture don't do you justice, but God bless you. I would never have thought you was 45.
Right. Nah, you see my look at my face when you said that?
Wow. Like I'm thinking, I'm thinking I have you beat by at least 4.5 years. Holy shit! You shocked the shit out of me. I'm like, hold on, is that Lona talking? You know what? That's what I'm talking about. Better work. Keep staying healthy. Keep looking young. Hell, love that shit, girl. God bless you. Better work.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Lona L.
45. Oh, shit. I'm a grown woman. That's why I call it grown woman.
Definitely.
Right. You know what the crazy thing is? Remember, like, when we were in our, like, 20s, we used to think 40s was old as hell. Like, not to say, like, you know, like, we just thought because our parents were older.
Yeah.
Now it's like 45. I'm like, oh, this is why JC said 30 was the new 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 30 was the new 20.
God bless you. That's what's up.
Definitely.
I like when our people looking good. So you know, God bless.
Yeah.
You know, because we all got to stay healthy, man.
And if black people took care of themselves, we'd be immortal. All right, let's see. Lit Des J said insecure men are not always the worst men in the world.
Huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
explain that.
Right. I think
No. I need to hear. I need to hear some verbals. Wait, let me. I need to hear some verbals. Explain it. I need to hear it.
Insecure men are not always the worst men in the world.
Who said that?
Lit Des J.
That's Destiny.
It's me, guys.
I'm like, you don't know who that is? Like, bro, like,
I know I change my name all the time.
Okay, so hey, Destiny, elaborate on.
Hey,
elaborate on that, because in my eyes, the worst thing is an insecure woman. So you saying that an insecure man is not the worst thing? Elaborate.
No, not my life. Like, you know, I've been in relationships where, you know, I've had men that's insecure, and I kind of like the emotion that they show with it. Most guys that are with me, they got to be tough to the end. They got to be banging on bacon every morning. They can't tell me they love me. They can't show me no emotion. But I noticed when they insecure, like when I used to, you know, because y'all know I'm a DJ, you know, I'm going out to a lounge, I'm going out to a club, wherever I'm DJing, I'm really popular, and I could tell, you know, I know you calling me, you know. You know, I don't think you sitting by the phone crying, but it would be interesting. Like, you know, is she gonna come home? Is she out there, you know, jumping on a million penises? You know, is she gonna come back? Does she really love me? You know, stuff like that is interesting to me. I love a crazy man.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, but that's a bitch ass nigga to me. Like,
hey, I love it.
I'm sorry, just me personally.
I love it. Just like a crazy man. I love a crazy man. Like,
I can tell you love a fucking crazy man.
I like that. I like, show me something. We wake up in the morning, I walk past you in the hallway, push me or something. Let me know that, you know what I'm saying, you see me, son.
I said
like,
crazy, not violent. God damn.
Yeah, I need to be a little scared of you, just a little bit.
I mean, but hold on, but wake up crazy? Like, goddamn, I gotta wake up and push your ass around and shit.
It's a little sexy though. It's a little sexy to me. It's a little sexy. You don't have to hug me every morning. You ain't gotta hug me every morning.
Oh man,
I can't even.
So you want to do that's insecure, and it's gonna beat you up?
Wait, this is the thing. I'm not going to leave you if you're insecure, because technically I am a really well-known person. So I get sometimes where the, you know, the insecurities and stuff come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm going to be like, okay, well, he won't let me breathe. I've adjusted to that. Most of my relationships are like that anyway. I've adjusted to that. Let me tell you where I'm going to be. You know, and I don't mind it. Like, I'm a woman that I'm used to it. I don't really mind it. At least I'm getting some type of, you know, affection or emotion out of them. Because a lot of men I go with are like really, really tough, and they can't tell me how they feel. They can't say nothing to me. They can't express anything. And when I say something and I get, you know, what they call mushy, then they uncomfortable. You know, but when I'm ignoring you, when I'm not calling you, you know, when I'm doing stuff like that, you, oh, where she at? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
so you don't want a guy that's mushy, but you want a guy to be looking for you.
You can be mushy. I do mushy. I'm very mushy. But then I have a side to me that's very mushy, and I also have a side to me it's like, well, I'm getting this money, so I'll see you after I get this money. You know, which is, I guess, kind of masculine too. So it's like a couple of sides to me. A guy really has to be secure with himself, to know I'm coming back. But if you are insecure, I can deal with that. I like that a little bit. It shows a lot of emotion. A lot of times black men, and I'm just not gonna say black men, but a lot of times I'm gonna say black men don't like to show emotion. They don't like to show they love you, they care about you, they don't want to say it. And now you got somebody like me. I'm outside, I'm vulnerable. Cause I ain't getting love at home. So I might be spending on them penises like you thought I was. You understand? But guess what?
I got a lot of questions right now for the whole statement. I got like about 12. All right. So before you said in the past, you said that you don't want a vulnerable man. You don't want a weak man. But
I ain't say none of that.
I ain't say that. Well, no. In the past, you said you don't want a man that's like out there, emotional, crying, sitting by the phone.
The crying bothers me. Just the crying. Just the crying bothers me. Everything else I'm good with.
So he hold that shit up. But
I don't want to see him cry. But you can show me everything else. I don't really want to see you cry because I think that's for a woman. But everything else I'm good with.
So it sounded like you want. So it sounded like you want a man that's needy when it comes to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
You don't want to feel needy when it comes to him. He can be needy when it comes to you, and you want him to kind of have that fear that you're gonna go out there and go cheat on him.
Well, my needy, I mask my needy really well. Really well. Really well.
Okay, so you want him to deal with you masking being needy while him showing you him being needy and you giving him reasons to be needy so that he could choke you out at the end of the night.
Choking out is foreplay, first of all.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Word.
And he don't have to be needy, but if he is, I can deal with that. Like, it's like I'm not gonna run away just because you like most women. I can't. No, I'm not like that. I will deal with that. It's a little sexy to me, a little bit. I'm a little different. It's a little sexy to me. Show me something.
So if you like a man that's a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say it again. Jimmy, that sounded like I want to answer.
Go ahead. That's why I said sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to hear what you were saying.
Oh, no. So I'm saying with a situation like that, that you like men that are a little insecure, do you also like men that you can kind of control? Because I know I had a good friend of mine that was like that. We were good friends. I was supposed to be the best man at his wedding. His wife didn't like me. His wife pretty much changed me even being in the wedding. So do you like the type of man that you can kind of control and you kind of tell him what to do?
No, that's not going to work for me.
With that insecurity?
That's not going to work for me. Like, I actually need to be a little scared of you. I actually need to be a little scared of you so it'll be balanced out. Just a little bit. I need to know that I can't punk you. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. I need to, I need to look at you sometimes like, okay, I may not make it out this situation. Sometimes, just sometimes, so we can keep the scales balanced, Because I'm not your average woman. I have a lot of masculinity to me. So you have to be a really strong guy to deal with somebody like me. But trust me, it's going to be worth it. But, I've been raised around all guys. So it's like you really have to be very secure what you do. Even if you show it, I'm fine with it, though,
Now, my question is, when you say that it's worth it, is it worth it based on your standards, or is it worth it based on the man's standards?
You said masculine? Like how?
No. You said you're worth it. So are you worth it based on your own standards, or are you worth it based on the man's standards for what he needs and what he wants? Because this is different. Sometimes women will sit there and say, oh, well, I'm everything he needs. I've done everything he wants. Well, no, you've done everything you think he wants. You've done everything that you think he needs, but a lot of it is kind of skewed based on what you want. So when you say that you're worth it, again, are you basing it on what you think is worth it, or on what he knows is worth it?
You know what? I used to base it on like sex. I used to base it on sex. I used to base it on the stuff that I would master and how I would change a man up with, like sexually, how I would do him. But now I base it on how I upgrade my man, because you can't be at a certain status and I'm up here getting this type of money and you down here. We have to be level. So if you're not level, when I come into your life, I'm domesticated. I'm professional. I can do all of that. But if I need to bring you up to my level, so if I cannot bring you up to my level, that's where I have the problem, because I don't want it to ever be where I'm up here and my man is looking at me like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she up here and she gonna leave, or I want to upgrade my man. Like, if you're not where you need to be, that's where I come in at. You know what I'm saying? And I get you to where you need to be. Now we gonna work together to really get it. I don't know if y'all
Okay.
could understand that,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense.
yeah,
It
like,
does. I mean, some people are into that, so
I want to be the
I
next
can't
Jay-Z
really.
and Beyonce. I'm trying to take over. Trying to take over.
Hey, keep them dreams up. Keep them
Yeah,
dreams up. Hang
we
on
pinky
one
in the
second.
brain,
Yeah. Of course, of course. All right, hang on. Green Ivy got a hand up. Green Ivy. Green Ivy. I think your mic's on. Oh, your mic's off. Hang on. All right. I guess we'll come back to her. Queen Diva, you had your hand up.
Yeah, my hand is up. Okay, back to what Lorna was saying earlier. I have no problem with my man asking me where you at. Asking him the same question. Sometimes it's not a insecurity thing. Sometimes it's a concern thing. You're good. Something happened. I know where you at. I know your last
Yeah.
spot was at. It's not just a trust issue. If he asks me that every minute and he asks me more than once, then you start questioning that. But if he asks me that every so often, know where you at, you good, that's a concern. There's a limit to everything. And as far as men, what Jay said about men crying, um, I have no problem with my man crying. Because if he don't cry, I think the nigga's a robot. You know what I mean? Because men are human too. They have feelings too. And I want him to be comfortable to cry in front of me and let me know what's going on with him. Let me know he has feelings. If he didn't cry, then we're gonna complain that he's insensitive. You know what I mean? So we gotta be careful what we ask for. But me, I have no problem with that. I'm not saying that every little thing that happened, you're gonna drop a tear. If you start dropping a tear every little thing that happened, I'm gonna look at you like with suspect eyes. You know what I'm saying? But like everything has a limit. That's my whole point. Thank you.
I get you. I get you. Okay. Thank you. All right, Green Ivy, you get your audio together because I see your hand is up. Unless she commented in the chat, let me just double check. She might have. All right.
Yeah, she commented in the chat, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful, but not all men deserve that. I feel you. I don't know if you read on that a little bit, but who's else? All right, Larita's hand is up.
Hey guys.
Great.
So
Hey.
basically, I think it's a two-way street. No one should bring 50 to the table. No one should bring 25 to the table. Both should bring 100 to the table. That's just what it is. Um, if you're expecting for the other one to upgrade you, or you're to upgrade the next one, what is that really saying about your relationship at the end of the day? I could see if both are not on the same level financially, that should never be a threat to the relationship. That should be goals to work together to get to a place where they can say, I built this shit together. We started at a foundation where we built the foundation first, and now we're where we are, where we're securing the bag. We done built a legacy, and we have finances to come. As far as Mediva said with the the robot thing, why shouldn't a man cry? That goes back to the whole masculinity thing. You're human. You cut them, they're gonna bleed. They're gonna say ouch. I mean, at the end of the day, um, damage, toxicity, love, building each other, that all is a part of being human. And when you come into a relationship, you should have yourself in order first and foremost, and not expect the other person to bring you happiness. You should already be happy and in a place of security when you step into a relationship. And as far as like toxicity and stepping out of it, I dealt with that bullshit. And at the end of the day, I didn't allow my children to be the reason why I stayed. My children was the reason why I stepped away from the relationship, because I had to show them this is not how you are to be treated, nor should you treat somebody else that way. I have two grown children, 23 and 18. My oldest is in a relationship and she knows her value. My 12-year-old knows her value. It was to the point when they were toddlers and it was like, I'm gonna tell them, what do you say if somebody says you're cute? Oh no, I'm beautiful or I'm handsome. Like they set their standards early. I set them early for them and they took it and ran with it. So that's just what it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, whose hand is up next? Thanks, Loretta. Kat's hand is up now.
Hi. So I was just gonna add to what Larita said as far as coming into a relationship 100%. I think like maybe because I've been at the bottom, been left at the bottom, that with me, it doesn't matter what you have. I'm not materialistic. So it's not so much I know what I bring to the table. I'm not, I'll be on the bottom and I'll be fine. But for me, I feel like I don't need you to put me on the pedestal because I'm going to take you with me. When I'm on the pedestal, it's going to be me and you holding hands, building each other up. So, I've had a friend that lived in Texas, that she's told me like, well, they got married. So when this guy had nothing, right? It was my only Filipino friend, not anymore, but so she dated this black man and he hits me up and he's like, sis, come get me. I was like, what's wrong? He's like, I packed my bags. I'm ready to leave. I said, what's going on? You gotta leave, Gabe. Let's get dirty. No. And I said, what's going on? He's like, when we lived in California, I was making all that money and she was still going to school. We were all good. I was paying for everything. I said, okay. And now that we live in Texas, we bought a house together. And I'm out of work. He's a videographer. I'm out of work. And then she's making the money being a respiratory therapist, making all that money. And she shits on me. She feeds the dogs before she feeds me. She prays with the dogs. She doesn't pray with me. And
Damn. She
yeah.
prays
So
with the dog and not with him?
Pretty much. Yeah. Hold on.
God damn.
So pretty much I went down there. It was a whole lot of it was a lot of sexual other stuff, but the doors open and Gabe keeps coming in and out. But pretty much I was their sex therapist. They kicked me out by like day 2 and I had a whole week flight. But yeah, she treated him really bad. And I said, what made you think like it was okay to shit on him when he has nothing, when he's your husband? Like he had your back in the beginning. Didn't matter like if you were still going to school, he was helping you pay for school, feeding you, putting a roof over your head. But now that you got more money, you're shitting on this man. And guess what? He hit me up like maybe 10 years later. He's a videographer and he's a millionaire. He does everything for Sheraton. He does like the drones and all that shit for all the freaking big hotels. For any listings, multi-million like listings in Texas or anywhere else, he does them. And he's like, and I found the one that's like that actually wants to build with me. So for me, I don't need you to take care of me because I've been without, I've been without. I don't need you to come into the picture like I have guys sending me DMs like, hey, let me take care of you and your kids. No, dude, I'm good. I'd rather, I'll struggle before I ask you for a penny. But if you do come into the relationship with me, you have your money. There's no mine and yours because I didn't have that in the marriage. There was no 50-50 or I didn't have a paycheck because I obviously went to my ex-husband and he had his own account, but I had my account that had negative. He had accounts with thousands in it. I ain't had shit. But for me, in a marriage or in a relationship, a committed relationship, you should be really holding the other person on a pedestal so you guys can raise up together and build together. I mean, that's just how I see it. I don't know. Maybe it's my traditional Filipino culture type of shit, but
Yeah.
I guess that's just me.
Shit, and guys sliding in DMs be on that dummy man shit, but
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's what I had to say. I don't know. I just want to kind of add on to Larita's. I do agree with her, but in some ways I kind of don't because I've been at the bottom and it doesn't feel good, So
Yeah. I agree. All right, anybody else? Hang on, see if it's another hand went up. All right, Queen Diva's hand is up.
I have a
Sorry, I almost
question.
missed you. Sorry.
I have a question.
Sure.
And it's about the money part. Why is it okay for a man to take a woman and accept her that she's not working, but a woman have a problem accepting a man that's not working?
because of society.
Society.
Yeah.
But why? Answer that question. We cannot go. Okay, back in the days, it was a man's job to provide for the family. It's just a question. I'm curious to hear people's opinion. Back in the days, it was a man's responsibility to take care of a woman. But times have changed, and I'm just curious about that. Why is that?
It's,
I think it's a full mentality.
It's basically because of how society put it as how we all grew up as. We watched our fathers take care of stuff, but then you had the turn of the century where the women was taking care of everything. So you gotta look at everything right now. But I know for a fact that a rich man can take care of a woman, but a rich woman won't even look at a broke man.
Oh, you
So,
damn right. You know, you would never hear a rich woman looking at a male waitress, a male waiter, and be like, you know what? He's handsome. let me take
Yeah.
him out. It would never happen.
But you know what? I also think it's levels to it because when I first met my girlfriend, she had more money than me, like way more money than me when we first met. I mean, eventually, you know, things evened out. But when we first met, she had more money than me.
Yeah, but you
So,
know,
but
on the normal basis, you know, a rich woman is not fucking with a broke man.
you
especially
know, you know, what's
when it's on her level.
well, you
Yeah.
know something that's crazy. They had an interview with
Then
Sherry
why mess
Shepherd,
with
and
him?
she was
Why mess with him?
what
Why
do you
mess with him? You
What you
can't
mean?
claim it as your man, but you give him the puss 24/7. Why mess with him? Leave him alone then.
You know how it
well,
is. Women and guys do this as well. They'll go to certain human beings just for that. You know, some human beings would just go for the sex and just leave the rest alone.
Yep.
but you know,
Men and women.
it's something. It's something that they had an interview with Hill Harper, and he was talking to a bunch of women, and they were talking about, and it was Sherry Shepherd. She was talking about, well, I can't deal with a man that makes more than me. I'm tired of as a woman having to pick these men up and carry these, shouldn't carry themselves. And Hill Harper said, I'm going to tell you a story about a good friend of mine. My friend was a struggling guy in college. He wound up getting a job. He wound up meeting this woman who was his boss. He wound up marrying her. And that man wound up becoming president of the United States, Barack Obama. And he said Barack Obama was a dude who was struggling financially. And Michelle Obama was his boss. People forget that. When Barack Obama first started, he worked for Michelle Obama. And she believed in him. They got married. He took her to the White House. So, I mean, I think it should be more. I think the relationship should be revolving around more than money. I mean, you might not have as much money then, but you know, you gotta take a look. What's your goals in the future? What are you working on? Because you might be struggling now, but you might be trying to build for me in the future. You got too many people that's living in the here now. They might say, "Oh, I'm making $50,000 a year." That's cool, but $50,000 a year is nothing 10 years from now. But if you're sitting there and you working on some $1 million ideas, you're already moving in
Yeah,
that
but
direction. Be able to see that relationship ahead of time.
and that's all great, but on average, ain't no rich woman gonna get with a guy for potential.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's a
it usually
fantasy.
doesn't. It usually doesn't. But you know what it is? That's
That
because we're
that's not
taught.
that's not true. That's not true. If
Hmm.
I would get with a guy, he don't have to be on my level. But if I see he has the potential to make the money, I'm still going to rock with him and give him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
There,
Because just because a guy have money, don't mean he gonna give it to me.
yes,
You know what I'm
but
saying? That's the
but
last thing we understand.
yes,
Not
but
everybody, but people
but
have bad points. People have bad times in their life. Maybe he's going through his bad times now,
Mhm.
and he just needs a chance to recover. You know, we don't know what the situation is, but I'm not going to cut him out because he doesn't have a job. But if he has the potential to make some money, I'm going to give him a chance. That's just me. I mean, everybody have their opinion, but that's just me.
Believe
yeah,
it or not,
but
that's actually becoming more and more rare because, unfortunately, we a lot of times when we start relationships based on money. I mean, if y'all remember what I talked about before when I said, "Well, I don't buy women drinks at the bar." No, think about how many women came to me and said, "Oh, well, you should be buying me a drink." No, no, I shouldn't. Why should me talking to you be contingent upon me spending money on you? Why is it the first act that I should make to get to know you?
mm,
That's telling you a relationship to go. It's built on money.
but
Having money gets
So,
they don't want
but
to
having
we
admit
still
money
we
that.
having
You,
money gets you a materialistic thing, but it doesn't always get you happiness. If that's the case, half the people in Hollywood wouldn't be
I
good
agree.
every single day.
I agree. I agree. I we had yeah.
no, I'm
After you,
just saying,
Larita
but
has a hand, and
no, I said
Destiny has a hand about.
what you said is exactly true. You know, it's a lot of women that say, nah, um, you know, money is not everything, but when you first want when you first go up to that woman, she want that drink for free from your money. But it's you know, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I get you. I get you. All right, Larita, you had your
Yeah,
hand
I
up.
think at the end of the day, it just comes down to if either party are broke per se, or whatever. It's not the potential that will solidify any type of relationship. It's what are they doing? Yeah, they may have goals, they may have dreams, but if they're not doing shit but just writing down dreams and goals, then that's potential. That's nothing. They're not doing anything towards it. So if they're not making moves and putting action to what they're saying they're going to be getting to eventually, then they're not worth being in a relationship with. Like, yeah, we could build together and we could be on different levels, but if you have no action whatsoever, you ain't doing shit towards your dreams, you're not building your mindset, you're not working on building your craft, you're not building yourself up, you're not gaining skills, then what's the point? There's really no point. Like, yeah, that potential is bullshit. For me personally, I'm not gonna rock with the potential.
You're not gonna know that, Dorita, until you give them a chance.
Oh no, don't get
You're
me
not gonna
wrong.
know that.
See, that's what I mean. You can't tell a book by its cover. You got to actually open the book and read it page for page.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about. You can meet somebody and they can look like $1 million and wear Gucci and all the other shit. And guess what? They can barely afford a fucking Metro card. Let's be real about it. Let's be real, because they're fronting for social media. People have the habit of in this society of doing shit for social media, likes, subscriptions, comments, instead of living their truth and being real with people and just being human. Because at the end of the day, we're all just human working towards a goal. If you want to be that lazy bum ass nigga, keep that. Find you a lazy bum ass chick and y'all do that together. But when you meet somebody that has goals and is putting action to it and they're actually showing you that they're doing it, that's when, yes, after you meet them, Diva, that's when you meet them, you get to know them, you listen. That's when conversation comes. That's when it ain't all about fucking, sucking, licking, plucking, tweaking, and all that other shit. You actually have to sit down and have a conversation and get to know their mindset. If you don't get to know their mindset, then it's useless at the end of the day, and that's it.
and you know, and I'll say this, and I was guilty of it. You know, if you broke, you shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm guilty of it. I was broke in a relationship. I am guilty of it, but you know, I could honestly say, me thinking back on it, that it was fucking terrible. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you broke, you shouldn't be in a relationship, because no matter what, you're gonna need money one way or another.
Okay, I disagree with that real quick. I know Destiny has her hand up. I mean, I don't, and I think if you're broke, you shouldn't be going to look for a relationship.
Exactly.
If a relationship comes to find you, then that is what it is. Like I said, everybody goes through their things. I think Destiny's about to say the same thing as I am. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I see somebody where a girl working at McDonald's is cute, whatever, she's trying to do her thing, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I wife a girl from fucking McDonald's, as long as she's trying to make her way up from there. Maybe that's just where she's at right now. She don't know how to. Some people don't even know how to upgrade. You know, the upgrade. That part. You know what I'm saying?
How do you know? How do you know her dreams ain't
okay?
To
so
own that
hold up.
Franchises?
That's fine. Hold but then we talk about that.
Time out. I have to say, hold up. Time out. At my age right now, I cannot pick a woman who don't know how to upgrade. I don't got time right now.
Why not?
What? Who don't know how to upgrade?
Wait, because I disagree. I'm gonna tell y'all why I disagree.
No. I'm saying for me.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
If a woman
I'm about to go deep with this one.
If a woman, hold up. Upgrading is only doing what you was doing better, doing something different or whatever. And
there's no age limit on knowing that, bro. Because there's still things I don't know. Somebody may come into the picture right now.
Y'all are missing what Icon's saying. He's saying they have to know how to upgrade themselves.
Oh,
it's
be
not
able
like they're in that position and don't know how to upgrade themselves.
Yeah.
Like he said, at our age, because I believe Icon and I are around the same age, they have to know the steps to upgrade themselves.
Yeah.
How old y'all gotta be to feel like that? How old are y'all? I'm just saying.
We're delicious.
How old are y'all? I'm just saying. I'm just
delicious.
I'm old enough that my daughter will be turning 21 this year. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Because okay. All right.
But what I'm saying is,
no, we ain't got there yet.
Yeah, we ain't got there.
I'm not meeting no.
I don't want to get there.
Yeah, I ain't meeting no woman that the time I meet her, she don't know what the fuck's going on with herself. No, I don't. Nope. I don't need you. You know, I could have fucked with you 15 years ago and helped you to fuck out, but now, no, I don't got time for it. I need a woman who is intellectually, mentally at a certain level in their life. And that doesn't mean that they gotta have stuff, but their mindset and everything gotta be on a certain grind on a certain level. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
okay, I can understand that part of it, that last part.
Hold
We
on.
got to. I'm gonna call on Destiny, but one thing I am going to, I'm gonna say something real quick. Destiny, I promise you got the floor right after this. We were talking about people having the money and looking like they have the money. I have a friend of mine. This dude has a picture of himself from a couple years ago. He had on a Gucci belt
I
with the Louis shirt. He had, and it was all real with the fresh shoes on. He had like $300 worth of clothes on. And he said, Joe, it's a picture of him and his boys. And he said, I was the brokest one in this picture. He said, all of my money that I had was in those clothes and was in the liquor that I was buying for drinks. This dude now is a financial planner. This dude walks around in suits. This dude now has a car, has a nice condo. And he said, but when I was going out there showing and acting like I had all this money, acting like I was Big Willie, I didn't have any money. He said, now that I have money, you would never know. He said, the only thing you could ever tell about me having money is that if you see my BMW, if you see it, and you might be able to wear a suit. That's it. So it's kind of hard to go by, seeing somebody like, oh yeah, they have these flashy clothes on. Oh, they're buying money, they're spending money in the bar. Like, that's nothing. I used to walk around with $2,000 in cash on me with white t-shirts and baggy jeans because I didn't want anybody to know I had money. So I think that sometimes just looking at people, just saying, okay, well, they look like they're rich, they look like they have money. That's kind of a bad decision, or it's a poor choice. Destiny, my fault. I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, it's on you.
No, I respect what y'all saying. Like, don't get me wrong, I respect it. But I think me and Legend, we really on the same page right here. Because my thing is, if you get with somebody and let's say they and I hate to keep using the word broke or they don't have as much as you have, it should be that once they get with you, that motivation that you give them, if they didn't have the initiative or was lazy or whatever y'all want to call it, you get what I'm saying? Once they get with you, whether it's the way you treat them, the way you show them things, the way you sex them, because I know for a fact, because I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? I pull dudes up like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do this. This is what we gonna do, and I pulled them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been like, oh, if you ain't on that level, then I can't talk to you and stuff like that. Right. Sometimes they need to meet you. This is how a lot of women miss their man. You get what I'm saying? This is how a lot of y'all miss y'all man. Because y'all so busy looking up here because you up here. He may be down there. That may be what God wants you to do, is get him where he need to be. That might be the best men for you. Some of the best men don't have the initiative to get where they need to be. Or guess what? Because they are black men, they don't know how. So now they need a strong woman to come and envelope them and get them where they need to be. What's wrong with that? You know how many rich men come and pick up broke women or women with 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, breeders. You know what I'm saying? And take them with them. So why as women we can't do the same thing? I don't understand that. That's what I'm having a little issue with. But I ain't get to that age y'all talking about yet. But I don't think even when I get to that age, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
That's me too.
But
I don't know.
Okay,
y'all miss
but
me.
Destiny, but Destiny, no, what you're saying is cool. But what I'm saying is, it's a difference between, I don't know, like for me, a woman could have the bare minimum, right? But have the plan, have know what she wants, understand that she gotta do X, Y, and Z to get it. And maybe she just need, maybe that man could be beside her that could support her and that could probably help her and stuff like that. Now, something like that, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? That's normal when you meet somebody and they probably don't have all, this and all that. But, you talking to them, you see that they have the mind for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm talking to you and you don't have the mind, and there's no ambition, there's no goals, there's no real goals. Not, I'm going to get a good job, such and such. No, you don't have no plan, exact goals. I can't, I can only fuck with somebody who is mentally willing, mentally ready to go to the next level. But
is that after you help her?
Because,
or you just wanted to have that already?
Okay.
That after you try to pull her up, or you just she ain't there, you ain't trying.
Yeah, and that's what I want to know.
Hold up. For example, for example, I keep certain things personal. But for example,
and don't get flustered. You my brother. We talking.
No. For example,
flustered. I got you. I got you, son.
No. For example, a little over 2 years ago, I can say that me and my woman now, when we first met each other, we are in totally different aspects where we at now. We can both say, hey, I am a little, I have came to a higher status in my wants and desires and stuff like that. And this was only because, you know what I'm saying, me talking to her, I knew that she wasn't a dumbass. She had goals, she had this, she had that. And hopefully it was a vice versa to me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So knowing that, she wasn't an airhead or whatever, allowed me to further get into the mind frame and say, okay, I think I got something here because, I'm finding out she's doing this and she's doing that. She got talent. She got this and got that. You know what I'm saying? Even if she don't got shit right now, I know the way that her mind is thinking. You know what I'm saying? And how my mind thinks, it's a great opportunity that we could build something. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even wasn't even thinking about the bonding of love first yet, but just thinking of, okay, how can strategically can we connect? Okay. You know what I'm saying? And for myself is at a certain level that I know if I connect myself with it, I'm not going to feel stupid. I'm not going to feel like I'm wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? Because, the worst thing to do is to think that you have potential and then a couple of years later realize that this is the laziest motherfucker you ever been with. I've been there. And then that's the relationship I was telling you about when I realized I was in a relationship, 2 months in a year, too long. Me seeing that a person had potential, but then going through the relationship with her, she was the most laziest motherfucker I ever saw. And when it came to I'm a dancer, when it came to dancing, and this is hard for me to say about most people, when it comes to dance, she's a better dancer than me. When it comes to ballet and all that shit, like this woman, the director of Harlem Dance, right, saw her dance, right, went to her teacher and was like, listen, she doesn't even have to audition. She could just walk in and she got the job. This how talented she was. And guess what she did? Nothing. Did not walk into the studio. That's like saying if you're a singer and, Sony Records or Clive Davis was like, yo, listen, I just heard your voice. You got a record deal right now. But you don't go because your ass is lazy. That's the shit I was dealing with. You get what I'm saying? So yes, a person could have potential, but if you don't see the person from the early stages trying to work on themselves and push themselves to get what they need to get to, it ain't shit. And sometimes we waste time, with that quote unquote potential. But you can have all the potential in the world, but you ain't shit if you ain't doing shit with it. So that's all.
We're not saying that you spend a lifetime trying to figure out if this person's going to get up their ass and do something. You know what I'm saying? But at the beginning of the time, you give them time, just like people gave us a chance. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of women that took a chance on me, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing out here. But you know what I'm saying? They had no problems. They see whatever. They taught me a lot. Like I said, no regrets, even if we're not together till this day. So just like someone took a chance on me, I have no problem taking a chance on them as long as I see this what they want to do. Some people are happy being on the lower tier. You know what I'm saying? Some people like that ghetto shit. They like that broke shit. They comfortable with it.
It's like they're comfortable. They so comfortable that they don't want to work harder to get more. They just say, fuck it. I'm eating. I ain't hungry right now. I'm good.
I've never met a man though that and I've built a lot of relationships I've built people up and I built them up for other people, unfortunately. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the you know what I'm saying, I sent them off to their woman who they were supposed to be with because it wasn't me.
training them niggas.
You know, like my ex, you know, he living good. He driving a better car than I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? And that was somebody that, you know, when I met him, he ain't want to do nothing but have sex. Now I'm good with that because broke penis is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I almost swear by it. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. But
that should be in a t-shirt, by the way. Wink, wink.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wink, wink.
A couple of times now, what we doing?
So technically, Destiny, the dick hit differently when it's broke.
What? Stand up in the morning and stay high before he do.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They got something to the table.
He got to throw his back out.
Man.
He got to throw his back out to make up for the brokenness.
That back be strong all the time. That back is strong in Walmart. It's back strong in the club. It's strong outside in the bench. It's just that's the best sex I've ever had for in my life. Somebody that couldn't attempt to have the type of money that I had. I wanted to help him. You know what I'm saying? So let me help you. Let me help you, baby. I need to help you. I want to help you.
Yo, fellas.
We are way past where we should be.
Yes.
I got 2 comments left. We're going to take these last 2.
Can we make sure? I think Green Ivy. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Green Ivy. I think her mic is working. I know she was trying to say something earlier.
Green Ivy.
You there?
I know she's busy.
I thought I seen her try to say something earlier. My bad. Then. All right.
So maybe not. All right. So we're gonna take these.
No,
last 2.
I was just saying that to what Larita was saying, taking care of what was it, Larita or
everybody? It depends on which side you.
Somebody said something about looking out for a dude and helping him build, but not you can't do that for every nigga. That's all I wanted to say.
Of course not.
Every dude you build, sometimes you building this nigga for another female. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what about the broke penis? How the broke penis looking to you? You want to help the broke penis?
Nah, I was with you with the broke penis. You know,
yes,
broke penis hit sometimes because it hit different. It hit
harder. Girl. Yes, it sure do hit different.
All right. We gotta get to the last 2.
Damn, I need to get. I think so. I need to be broke.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need to lose. A nigga need to lose his job for you to squirt.
Yo, catch you up, because we late as hell today.
Yeah,
we gotta keep it on time. We are already late, so. Cat, you up, then it's long as I'm gonna wrap this up.
Gonna take
you know what? There's been like so many different. You know, I was just listening. You know, I don't even know. I've lost you guys because there's like so many different contradictions to like. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm sorry, but pretty much like at the end of the day, you know, build someone up, don't build them down. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thanks, Kat.
Oh,
thanks,
Lord.
Kat. And Lona with the last one.
Real quick, I gotta circle back with what Icon said, because Icon, you made a great point about the whole potential. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, they have to act on that potential, because I did say potential, but I wasn't like. So what Icon said, no, some people don't act on it. So that's a whole nother situation. You can't let that go for too long. But I was just thinking in general, there are some people though, like I've been with men who situations might change or whatever, and then they'll bounce back up. Things happen, you know what I mean? It's called life or whatever. But I was just thinking of, like I remember there's a situation like a mutual friend, my girlfriend, her cousin. I remember he was incarcerated at one time, and then, you know, long story short, he graduated, got his bachelor's degree, got his master's degree. And at his graduation party, and I remember when he was first dating his wife, I remember this. And I didn't even know at one time he was ever incarcerated at his life. It's just, you know, that all came out or whatever. So anyway, he said at his graduation party, and I remember when he first started dating his wife, he said, I want to thank my wife. And then he paused. And then he said, for not seeing what I had at the time, but seeing the potential. Because later on, obviously, he's making more money. He's doing other things right now. And that's what I was just thinking about. Because sometimes some people, they do have potential, but you have to see them working on it. You know what I mean? But it's true. But sometimes And it's sad because a lot of times people will sell you something. Oh, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. And then you're in a relationship with them for a couple of months. You're like, you're not really trying to do shit and you can't. You know what I mean? And that winds up being a waste of your time. So that is true. And that's very disappointing too, because it's hard because sometimes you see a potential in a person and you want to help build them up, but they don't want to live up to it. And that's even harder. Like you try to encourage somebody to go for a job, making more money, but they always look for a complaint as to why, you know what I mean? So I just want to circle back on what Icon said about the potential. What I meant was more so somebody who's working towards it, not a person who's all talk. Because long story, we all have been through, men and women, people who talk about they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but they don't do nothing to work towards that dream or that goal. So that's all I wanted to say about the potential. No, you can't. It's not just seeing a potential in a person, but seeing a person who actually acts out on it, who really works towards that goal. That's, you know, like that's more so what I was thinking. I didn't even think about the other people who just talk and then they don't act on it.
Yeah, like I just want to say one quick thing. Like I was going through a period where I was pretty much jobless, barely getting money, you know, for like a few months, and you know, my woman was there to make sure that it was food in my stomach. There was probably some money in my pocket. That probably some my T-Mobile was paid, but I'm pretty sure she probably wouldn't did shit if she didn't see me busting down interviews 4 days out the week. You know what I'm saying? Still have my dance classes on the session. Like I was like, even when I wasn't working, my grind was on the computer, going out looking for a job. So, you know, that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, all right. And with that being said, we done ran late tonight. But no, it was definitely a good conversation. I really appreciate y'all all for coming back out, especially for the first show of the new year. We got some crazy topics we're gonna be hitting over the next couple of weeks. We got a lot of things we're working on. So definitely please continue to come back. Please like and subscribe to the Extreme Truth Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and that's Extreme XTREME Truth, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you're not following the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and share. Extreme Truth Podcast. I'm sorry. Please like, share, love, pass around,
and subscribe.
Do all of that. So if you're not on it, if you have any questions, I think everyone on here should be able to reach out to us. You know, I really appreciate all of y'all for coming on here. For those of y'all that were on Florida Rise this past Saturday, my other podcast, I want to thank you all. My buddy Dro did an amazing job on Saturday. Really appreciate you. For those of you that haven't seen it, the video will be up soon. So again, please subscribe. Please like and subscribe to the Fall to Rise podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all those other things. You know, the more that you like and subscribe, the more that we do in terms of exclusive content as well as other events. So before we go, anybody have anything to promote real quick before we go?
Sure do.
5, 4, 3.
So,
here we go.
All right. So it's funny because we were talking earlier about men showing their feelings, you know, just basically being able to be open to the woman that they're with. So I am a part of a series, and we're having our part 2, which is a part of.
I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm putting the fire. Yeah,
no problem. So I'm a part of the Agape Love Network, and I'm actually a contributor to one of their partial series that's coming out. It's called Real Men Have Scars, and this will be a follow-up to the original, which is Real Men Have Scars 2. So it'll be basically a discussion. It'll be between 4 of us gentlemen, basically just open up about how real men really feel out here. I'll be joined by the minister of the He Said, She Said ministry, that is Joseph Hope III. I'll also be joined by Ahmed Butler, and I'm sorry I don't have his information up on the screen. I don't know it by heart. Some of you might have saw earlier Omar Laus, who was here. He is the CEO and host of the Agape Love Network and the Real Men Have Scars too. And Ahmed Butler is for the minister for living real in the kingdom. So we had a great talk last time that we were together. We definitely invite y'all to do it again. A lot of what we was talking about earlier, it was funny because Destiny, I think, kicked it off. I'm like, oh, wow, I should have had her promote this right here because she sounded like she was running the commercial for me. So I appreciate that. But that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. So because they have no problem, you know what I'm saying, being me. And I have no problem. I don't bite my tongue, so I'm going to say what I got to say. So that's basically what this is. It's educational. It's not just for men. It's for men and women. It's definitely for women because a lot of y'all might find out some things that you didn't know that we feel inside or even up here. So feel free to join us. It's on January 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be on FB Live, Facebook Live. Right there, you see the information on the flyer. You can go to facebook.com. It's under the Agape Love Network.
What I'll do is we could tag this to the Extreme Truth pages as well. So in case anyone has questions about it or needs information on it, we'll plug it. Definitely, please check it out. Please log in, support. If you have questions, comments, concerns, definitely please try to take part in it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We got anything else we got to pull? So 5.
Anybody else?
3.
Y'all trying to end the show or? It's like I got a couple of things to say.
Oh no, that's what he said. Do you have anything else?
Jimmy asked that question. He'll be ready for the answer. Okay.
It's 10:37. So
see, that's how they do black people. You rush us. All right, I'm gonna say it quick. All right, Jimmy.
It's something quick. I'll be something quick. Weird. Get it. You got something. Go ahead.
Okay, so as y'all know, I'm a karaoke DJ, right? In about 2 weeks, I'm entering something like a contest, but it's for charity. If you don't like me, come out. If you do like me, come out. Because regardless of how y'all think I am, when I get on that turntable, whatever I do, I'm a whole nother chick. Legend can tell you, Queen can tell you, and I got skills. So that's one thing nobody can take away from me. You understand? 2, we're trying to, me and Diva, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with the podcast. We're not sure yet, but it is going a different way. I also got some clothing coming out. And check this out. If I ever had any type of problem with you, it's a new year. I left it in 2020. So we ain't going to talk about it. I love everybody. If you don't have me, please add me on my page, Facebook, VDJ Destiny J. And I can link you up to all the events. Because it's not just my events. It's other people's events that I'm partaking in. It might work for you. You know, just be open-minded this year. Because I ain't the same Jay. All I want to do is make love and make money. That's it. I want to love everybody. So if you don't believe me, check me out. Test me out and see what I'm talking about. Because I'm happy this year. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. And I love everybody. Great show. Great night.
Yeah, on that note, happy 2021, Destiny.
Thank you. Happy New Year, y'all.
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Right,
yeah, definitely. New year. So yeah, we again thank y'all for coming out. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Please continue to tune in because we're going to be making a lot of announcements over the next couple of weeks. We got a lot of things coming out. I don't want to give out too much yet, but we got a lot of stuff that's coming out. So again, thank you all for coming out. Everybody, be safe.
X baby.
Güey, duró chill.